Melissa, it might surprise you to know this, but people don't go there for the food.
No, and I wouldn't go there for the
Neither did
boobs
she.
either. The butts were so much better than the boobs.
So, on that note, hi guys.
My God.
What's up, everybody? It's Cliff. Per the usual, we are still getting everything set up. Talking about her dinner adventures at Hooters.
Ow.
By choice. I mean, I can't say shit. I had a bologna sandwich for dinner.
Is Brittany not there?
Oh, Brittany's here. She's just
Okay.
wasn't hungry. I was like,
I
you want to get
remember
Taco Bell or
seeing on
something?
Facebook her just saying, like, when she was gone away, like, visiting family.
Yeah.
It was like, you better eat the thing that I made you.
Yeah. When she went to New York last time, I lived off of cereal pretty much.
Oh my God.
And
You heathen.
And she made me this like a cake type thing, like a breakfast cake. It was like a banana bread breakfast cake type thing. It was really good. But yeah. So yeah. How's everybody doing tonight?
Well, I'm alive.
I mean, you ate at Hooters, so I mean, it's understandable that you're not doing that great.
There was good drinks. They have this weird Mountain Dew drink there now that's very fruity.
You want to know what's a good drink? Kraken rum.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree.
Well, no, fish bowls.
I mean, you could drink Kraken rum out of a fishbowl. That would be actually kind of thematic.
Kraken and Coke out of a fishbowl.
Kraken on ice.
Yeah, I can see it. Kraken and root beer.
Ooh.
Good shit.
And then I have a Gatorade too because I'm still trying to get that sponsorship.
Kraken and Gatorade.
No, just Kraken.
Kraken and Kiss.
And then Gatorade.
Still be good.
It probably would be. Like, ooh, it adds a little bit of a saltiness to the palate.
Oh God.
Okay, bye guys.
It's supposed to be like there's natural urea and sulfites, and
Yeah, exactly.
it's really good for you actually.
Right.
You sound like a hipster.
Little do you know.
Okay.
Oh my God.
This is how tonight's gonna go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. We're not even playing Dungeons and Dragons. I'm just switching it over to talk show.
I had wine. I'm good.
Did you get your hand of the queen?
I did not, sadly.
I should
Need to visit Melissa.
at least try it. Go for it.
You
Hi,
Are
I'm
you
here all
still trying
weekend.
to connect?
will be if you drink enough Kraken.
I think I also have that.
I mean, I would just vote for that then.
Drink responsibly, kid.
Yeah, don't drink like.
You hear that, Twitch? TOS? Drink responsibly.
I've been to Youmacon. There's no.
Are you going this year?
back.
Are you going this year?
I am probably not going this year because money.
Because she's married now, and you know.
I haven't been in like 4 or 5
It's
years.
true. Yomacon's like mostly high schoolers and college students who are really weird.
We used to go as in college. My anime club would go as a group and split the cost, and then we fit like 15 people to a room.
It's so cute. I think I've only done a room for Yomacon once.
Get this off. How you doing tonight?
Hey, let's get this off.
But yeah. So regular bulletin announcements. Still working on the new layout for this whole thing here, so to look a little bit better. I have been talking with some of the developers for Zoom about the possibility of making some API changes so we can get static pictures. So I'm waiting to hear back from them on it, but I have actually established a good dialogue with them so far, so hopefully we can do something. That'll help tons with making it look pretty. And
sorry.
then
Not sorry.
pretty as Kian's face is behind the webcam that he refuses to turn on.
Has he turned on his webcam at all in the past?
It's actually unplugged at the moment.
No. He chooses to constantly deny us of this.
Nobody knows what his face looks like anymore. Nobody.
So sad.
Oh my god. I can't spoil you guys.
Posting a ton of pictures on Instagram, smiling, being all happy. Comes to D&D night, no cam. I see how it is. It's cool. So once the new layout's in place, though, we'll have custom alerts and everything all for D&D. It'll just be D&D related, nothing else. Sorry, I punched my mic. As always, this is an interactive D&D game, so you guys can interact. If you do ! Amethil in the chat, if anybody wants to do that, you can see a list of ways to interact. One way you could do it is by using your Cliff Coins, which you earn just from being here. Just chatting, being here, hanging out, you earn those. You can use those to interact with the chat. You can also do it with bits or donations. You're never expected to, you don't have to, but if you want to, it does help support the channel, and you also get to screw with the players, so it's fun for everybody except the players. Players, for you guys, as always, anything that you guys want to do, as long as it is within the realm of feasibility for the current situation, I'll pretty much allow it. I'll allow you to roll to do it. Whether you do it or not is all up to the fate of the die. So
you're saying that if Reyna wanted to think really, really hard and gain teleportation powers, and I rolled a nat 20, I could?
No, that doesn't really seem like it's within the realm of possibility.
Yes, but Tiamat could have granted me some. It's definitely possible.
Given the current scenario at hand, that's not likely.
Fine. You didn't say it's not possible. You said it's not likely.
Not likely. But I mean, if you want to roll for it, you can roll for it. Guarantees are not made that you'll get what you want, but if you want to roll for it, you can.
I'll roll a 20, but if it
there's no guarantee that if you roll a 20, you'll get it.
Lame.
I know, right? I'm mean.
How dare you? Not give us what we want exactly when we want it.
Right. Such a shithead. And then finally, there are community events, which are ways for you guys as an audience as a whole to make a decision on what happens next. If we get 5 new followers tonight, or if we get 5 retweets of the tweet that went out at the end of, or at the beginning of the show, which is this guy right here, then it's already at 2?
Yep.
Yeah. So if we get 3 more retweets, then it will start a community event where you guys will be able to decide something that happens in the storyline. So yeah, so that's all the housekeeping stuff I have. Do you guys have anything that you would like to share real quick?
I have a question.
Sure.
Are you still working on the soundscape thing?
Oh my god, yes. So I have it downloaded.
Okay.
I already have a shitload of sounds preloaded and ready to go, but the mod to incorporate it into Fantasy Grounds is outdated and doesn't work.
Oh my god.
So what I need to figure out is I'm gonna have to figure out how to do one of those digital aux cables. Whereas I can create a separate sound channel and then use that in the chat here. They have one that you can do with Discord, but the problem with it is it can't be in a group chat. It has to be in a voice channel. Like in a specific Discord's voice channel.
Yeah, so it works kind of like I don't know, like any sound bot for Discord anyway.
Right.
Okay.
So it would have to be something like that, which wouldn't work for what we do because you can't do video in them.
Yeah.
So my only option left is to figure out how to get the digital aux cable to work, and then basically I would add it in like it was another participant in the group, and then I'd be able to trigger it. But I have it all downloaded. It's awesome. I actually have a bunch of sound set up to use tonight that I can't use, and I'm a little disappointed. But yeah, but it's in the works. Hopefully we can get everything working all at the same time, and we'll have the new layout. We'll have sounds for everybody to enjoy and all that good stuff. So it's all in the works.
I feel like that would really elevate the atmosphere, especially for stream, too. So.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I think that would increase production value by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then all I got to do at that point is just get like all my players on cam, and then we'll be like perfect. One step at a time.
I'll make an animation for Marith before I do that.
Or both. I'm just gonna take a picture of Kian from Instagram and just
Do it.
I'm gonna animate it. Find out one of those things that, like, when you talk, how it makes like a old Flash animation.
Oh my god.
It's gonna look like something straight out of like South Park.
Cool.
Hey guys.
I have a friend who messages me every single week, giving me like, "Hey, your character should steal this week," just because it's funny. And he says I should steal the masthead of the ship. What is the masthead of the ship?
I
Like,
don't
it's
think
the
you would be
mermaid.
able to steal that.
Oh no, not at all. His suggestions have been a house, a
Whoa.
door, the queen. Like,
Steal the
it's all
queen.
in jest, but they're all great.
Fun fact, stealing a queen is called kidnapping. And it's probably punishable by death.
Maybe, just a little bit.
Probably, but the queen's a lich, so if that knowledge goes public, who's really gonna care?
Her servants,
Oh, fuck them.
they probably still care.
God.
So yeah, you could
concern.
you could try to steal that if you want to. Hey Sin, welcome to the game.
It's still not letting me see anything.
Why are you Balavar?
I can't select a character.
Oh wait, yeah, why are
Why are you Balavar?
There.
Is Deviant? Is
No, I think Balavar is Balavar.
What?
Did
he's
Drew
not here?
Oh, he's doing it right now. So Drew will be on momentarily. John
Oh,
said he'll be
shit.
10 minutes late, so he'll be here like within the next half hour. So
Oh shit! Whoa!
look at that. It's like
There
he
he
knew we were
is.
talking about him.
Hey,
Hi
guys.
Drew, welcome to Zoom.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with that being said, anybody besides Drew or Raina, or Claire, I don't know why I'm like interchanging names here.
We're the same. We are our characters here.
You guys want to do recap? I'll give you one shiny player point.
How many do I have right now?
You currently have 5.
How many do I have?
6.
Negative 3.
Alright. So, last week we started off in the Mages Guild.
Did you know?
The Jackal. I don't know if Cliff ever said this, but I pictured him like floating, like in the center of the Mages Guild. He might have just been standing there, but I pictured him. He tasked us with getting the Necronomicon and bringing it back to him. He told us that he had a vessel for us, a ship, to go there. It was a one-way ship, so as soon as we got the book, he would get in contact with us, and we figured it out from there. We had to go to Sea Bluff to get on the ship, so we went to use the portal inside the castle. And while we were there, the Jackal led us to the Queen's chambers because Vargok wanted to see if the Queen was alive or not. And from there, we finally had a talk with the Queen. We found out that she was a lich, and the Jackal had her. What's the word for it, Cliff?
Phylactery.
Yeah.
You say her boobs?
No, I'm not tipsy. I'm responsible.
Oh, you
And
didn't.
It's that It's at Porter.
There you go. They don't know yet. Hold on.
It's a water bottle. I was like, are you drinking wine out of a sippy cup? Like, how do you like?
They don't know, Drew. Don't spoil
I was
it.
gonna applaud you on whole new levels.
The phylactery. She needed that in order to continue being a lich. In order that it's her way she stays semi-immortal, and we struck a deal with her to get rid of all of our bounties, and our reputation was pretty much wiped clean there. We aren't wanted or anything anymore. I'm not sure if that applies to Reyna or Bolivar, but for the group that was there,
we were clean anyway.
As we were walking out, we mentioned that Orcus was our main target, and she gave us kind of a little bit of knowledge on how he was stopped before with the help of a deity. And before we actually left, Reyna got the actual deed. No, not Reyna. Vakta got the actual deed to her house, so it's actually her house now. We went to the portal, got to Sea Bluff, and as we arrived in Sea Bluff, Vardrak was saying that he wanted to go and get the scepter, the staff thing that's in at Siri. It was his life goal, what Vardrak was saying, to deliver this somewhere, and Vardrak wanted to get it back before Orcus can. And we were debating a while of what we should do, if we should get the staff or if we should go to get the Necronomicon. And we ended up deciding to get the book instead of the staff, since it's a longer journey and seemed like more of an issue. So after we decided on that, we went to the tavern. We ran up with Marith, the bard, as we were there. Some other things happened that I'm not going to say.
Failed. Casted silence on you because it was so bad. It was so bad.
What? You have to tell us now. You
Casting
have,
silence on you.
you have to tell us.
So then someone rolled on the legendary table against Sin, and he ended up getting the one thing of high rolls are really roll like 20s or ones or 20s, like reversed rolls. So not only did he roll really, really good when drinking this drink, which entered into a really, really bad roll, like a -2, and ended up throwing up all over himself. He also attempted to play the flute next to a trained bard, and he rolled like a 19 on that.
Why were you playing the flute?
I am proficient with wind instruments.
Were you flirting?
Proficient.
Is that like?
No, I flirted with the bard.
Oh.
I think everybody flirted with the bard.
Reyna's gonna flirt with the bard.
Oh my god.
I was described as messy bun cute when blood dripped from my mouth. Okay, so I flirted and I won.
Yeah. So.
Are you like dating them?
No.
No, I was just a klutz.
Where's our Vardrak? Is he coming tonight?
Yeah, he said he's gonna be
He
10
said he'd
minutes
be
late.
10 late, and it's been 20.
20 minutes ago.
Pulling a Drew.
Yeah, after the tavern, we headed over to the ship to see if it was ready. They said that we were just waiting on us and their bard, which was Marith. And before we set sail, we asked if anyone needed some extra supplies. So the girls went out on a girl shopping spree. They spent like, I think an actual 30 minutes to an hour arguing with the tailor.
It was great. I hate him.
They went for some desert wear, since we're going to a desert, and ended up with 2 sets of desert wear. One being, if it works in a desert, good. If not, then they can use it in the snow. Afterwards, they went to a shop, got gifts for everybody. They came back to the boat and we set sail. And I think that's it.
Yep. So
That's
that
a lot of catching up.
yeah
Gifts?
It's worth like 2 points, I think.
you
3
guys
points for
missed a lot.
barking.
It was projectile vomit.
4 points.
Oh my god. Don't encourage him.
It was. Oh,
I had to
It was
buy
bad.
an entire round for the bar to get them back on my side. You don't understand. It was that bad. Even
You-
after I casted silence on him. It
And
was bad.
somehow Balavar missed this.
I think it was
Love
just
that so
fun.
much. He
It
would have
was-
judged it too.
it was beautiful.
Yes. Just some people are judgy.
Yeah, it was beautiful in the train wreck kind of way, where I'm like, oh my god, I can't look away. What is happening? This is awful, yet awe-inspiring. How does vomit travel that far in the air? It's majestically mysterious.
Oh yeah, Devian.
That's
he
going
washed,
on my quote list.
Devian washed himself off and everything, like washed all the vomit, most of the vomit off. And he went to Vogda and asked if he looked good. He pulled a double one when
What's your bard's name, Pian?
Merith.
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 Okay. How does vomit travel that far in the air? It's majestically mysterious. It's not added to my quote.
I expect to see that in your next novel.
Okay. Challenge
Ease with
accepted.
which he says okay.
Challenge accepted. Or my rewrite number
Hey.
right now.
The way that this video looks right now, we could get 2 more people in here and it would still all show pretty nicely. This is pretty cool.
Hey, awesome.
So you guys set off on your 20-day voyage at sea. This is by far the longest any of you have ever been on a ship. Off of land. Maybe even away from Amethil in general. So as you guys were on the ship, last week I asked you, what did you guys plan on doing during this time? And you each gave me a list of things that you were trying to do, accomplish, increase skill in, yada, yada, yada. So, first and foremost, can I have everybody that was on the boat right click on that D20, choose 5, and roll 5 D20s for me?
Sounds like a trap.
Marith looks like Siri, except he's prettier.
Oh, bad.
Look at that roll.
Oh my
Yeah, it was
god.
garbage.
So,
Oh my. Devian knows what's up.
Astoundingly bad rolls and one great one.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ. What are the odds?
um,
Devian, Jesus.
You guys got to change those dice. Throw them away. Get some new ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna change the
No.
color on him real quick.
Marith, go ahead and open up your sheet. Drag the die out for performance.
God.
Right click 4 times until you have 5 die for performance.
Okay, go to my sheet. Performances and skills.
Yep.
Right, okay. Now
The-
do what?
The little die icon, click and drag it out, and you should see like an actual die appear.
Mhm.
Right click 4 times to make it where you are holding 5 total.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll those.
Devian, you can do the same.
With advantage.
Oh, fuck.
All right. Actually, Devian, yes, do the same thing.
God.
Bitch, I got spell slots. Oh my
Higher
god!
roll.
Wow.
Right.
And
Wow.
Who needs a bar? You guys got me.
It,
Fuck
My
you.
rolls aren't reversed now.
Fine, I'm leaving. I'll go back to the fucking Queen's Grace. I was sitting happy.
did
Alright?
it total the proficiency for all of them, or was that not
No, it only does it one time.
Yeah. Okay.
Y'all can
And
have Devian then.
Devian, do
I'll
the
go
same
right
thing.
I'll go right back to Durian.
Oh,
Do the same thing for Arcana. Bacta. Go ahead and do a athletics the same way.
okay. Sure, why not? Why am I so bad at athletics?
Or not athletics, acrobatics. I'm sorry, acrobatics.
Oh, cool. I'm better at that.
Yeah. It's meant to be your good skill, yeah.
Wait. How'd you get it to roll 5 times? Just
Left click and drag it out till it shows the single die, and then right click while you're
right-click
holding
it,
it. Yep.
okay. Totally figured it out.
And go ahead and do the same thing for sleight of hand.
Are you stealing from these sailors?
No.
That wasn't very convincing.
Stealing from somebody. Stealing
And
somebody's flute, probably.
No, I remember last week she said she wanted to practice.
And
Style the spotlight
Shush.
from Meredith.
Vardrak, go ahead and do the same thing for athletics. Now let me do some fancy stuff here.
All of my rolls have been shit. Well, at least we're not in combat.
All right. So, Marith, while you were on the ship, you nestled up with the crew pretty good, got to know the captain and everybody there. And one of the things that you told them that you really wanted to do was learn all of the different sea shanties. You wanted to know the songs they sing. You generally wanted to know about just the nautical culture and all that good stuff. So in the 20 days of doing this, you actually got pretty good at most of the different songs and chants they do. You even picked up a little bit on nautical language. So you can understand, the ins and outs of what the sailors are saying to one another when they're trying to get them to do things. Also,
Just swearing, by the way.
yeah, just all swearing. There's just all cuss words. So it's essentially a kind of like a variant of Thieves' Cant.
Okay.
Which you I believe you already know Thieves' Cant, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yep. So you were able to pick up on it pretty well. So you picked up on the nautical language. And anytime you are doing a song that is a sea shanty, you do it with advantage.
Oh, nice.
It needs some good role playing on that.
Should I write down in my languages? Like,
Yep, you can write down nautical, and then do like a parentheses. You could do like the basics. I wouldn't say you're proficient in it, but if someone is speaking it, you'd be able to definitely pick up on at least some of the important things going on. Devian, you read the book that Ukto bought you. It didn't seem to really help all that much. But through watching Marith and from playing whenever you get a chance to, even though most of the time when Marith found out that you were playing, he silenced you. You picked up on how to play the flute. And for any type of performance that you're doing, if you're using the flute, you will be able to do that with advantage.
All right. About to show up our bard.
And as far as
if I'm double proficient, I'd be very surprised.
And as far as like with you practicing up your warlock magic, there wasn't a whole lot of area for you to be able to do much with it. The training dummies that that Vakta set up, you were able to practice shooting some of your Eldritch Blast at them, but for the most part, you know, you were promptly asked to stop doing that whenever you were making a
Who has
ruckus.
an Eldritch Blast?
What's that?
Who has an Eldritch Blast in the group right now?
Devian does.
Devian.
Oh, interesting.
So you weren't really able to make much ground at learning too much new with it, though. Vakta, after injuring 3 sailors, you were forbidden from practicing throwing daggers anymore on the ship.
Oh my god.
I said I was gonna specifically do it when nobody was around.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you managed, but 3
Well.
people were injured from you doing it.
Every time she's throwing daggers, Marith just like starts ducking.
And as with you picking locks, you were able to get through most of like some of the easier locks on some of the cargo that they had there. So you reached out to the captain about trying to increase your skill to see if he could help in any way. And he had this old dwarven lockbox that he kept in his chambers. And kind of with a little bit of an evil grin, he tells you that if you're able to pick it and get it open, that you can keep whatever's inside. And you focused so hard for most of the trip on getting that, but you could not pick that lock.
Okay.
You're so bothered, Devin, and I love it.
Vardrak, your main focus, basically keeping your mind off of the travel, with everything that you were doing, was just basically just to try to improve your physical physique, just working out, doing your push-ups, lifting some of the cargo and moving it about, to the point that by the time this 20-day journey is over with, you're actually at like the pinnacle that you've ever been at physically. Any type of
push-ups give extra bonus to charisma rolls.
No, but anything that you have to do that requires an athletics check, you do with advantage. Unfortunately for everybody, except for Devian, though, the last week at sea was nothing but choppiness, rough waters. You guys hit a lot of bad storms. And you guys found out that you guys don't really have as good of sea legs as you thought you did. So the entire last week of the trip, you guys have been sick as dogs. Constant vomiting, can't keep anything down. Poor Devian, has been helping the best he can with keeping you guys hydrated and whatever other odds and ends that he could do to assist. But you guys have been just useless the last week of this trip.
Sarcastic comments every time someone throws up.
I couldn't make fun of you when you threw up.
And after 20 days, on the eve of the 20th day, you guys see off in the distance land finally. You guys are close enough in that the waters aren't too bad. You guys aren't throwing up nonstop at this point, so you're able to watch the ship actually make its way to land, and you see the sun-bleached grass as you approach this shanty town that looks like it was made out of the wreckage of ships and whatever materials and wood was able to be forged in the area. And you guys dock at this little port town called Jaspier's End.
Ooh, new map.
Oh, this is gonna take a while to load.
Actually, like uploaded.
Oh.
I'm surprised. It usually takes a while.
These should be a little bit more optimized than the other ones. I have a whole new process for making them, and not only is it faster to make it, but the file size should be smaller too. So
Nice. Looks good.
thank you. I also went through and redid the maps that we had in standardized colors. So your red areas are going to be like your crafting areas, your businesses of that type. Green areas are going to be like markets, general stores, banks, auctioneers, stuff like that. Brown is always going to be like just residential. So as you guys pull up at the dock, you guys are on the eastmost dock. You guys are over here. And as you guys are making your way, you notice that Ukto isn't around. And as you guys go down to her chamber, you see that she is still bedridden. Ukto looks almost deathly ill.
Who's Ukto?
Ukto's Alex's character.
Oh,
Our new Dragonborn friend.
what happened to her?
So, someone's gonna have to assist with getting her off the ship, basically. And the captain, as you guys dock, is barking out instructions, and he tells you guys, the trip was paid for as a one-way trip. We're gonna be leaving here in the AM, and when we do, that's it. So I hope you've made accommodations on where you're going. If you plan on heading back to Amethil, I hope you have a ride. A little bit to know about Jaspier's End, that it was formed by pirates. This was a few generations ago, and it is mostly grown into a city of its own. But that's where their roots lie. The people here are decent people, but they are definitely rough around the edges. They do not have a formal court system. They handle everything the old world way. If there is a crime, they deal with it.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
What was in that lockbox? Since I can't get it.
Maybe in another life you'll be able to find out, lass.
That's what I want to know.
Well, keep practicing, and if we ever run across one another later in life, maybe I'll let you find out.
Where is your next stop after this?
After this, we're headed back to Amethil. We normally don't travel this far out, but with the amount of gold that your friend paid us, we were happy to make this exception.
So in the unlikely event that we can get what we need and get back here before you ship off, we can ride with you?
As long as you guys have enough rations. I don't have enough for you plus the crew on the way back. But we're already headed back there, so I see no harm in it.
Very well. With that, he makes sure that he gathers Ukto's things for her into her bags, and then just kind of like hoists her up on his shoulders and starts walking off the ship.
And as you're leaving, as you were getting her things together, you found the little crudely drawn map of Jaspier's End that she bought from the general store. And with that, plus the directions from the captain, you guys were able to discern that where the inn was at, which the inn is over here. There are little thumbtacks you guys can see for the points of interest that you guys know about already.
Brewery, awesome. Brothel, okay.
That's
So-
not my circular token.
I don't know why your token is square.
Why is my token square?
I don't know.
You're special.
You're a square.
Did you ever shoot me that image? You had to
Yeah.
have, because it's uploaded on here. I'm stupid. Hold on. I will fix this real quick for you.
My
You
map
guys-
still wasn't loaded.
You guys continue to RP. So he shows you where it's at, and the captain kind of vaguely points in the direction you guys need to head down to.
Okay, so in observing the people around me, does it seem to be true to, the founding by pirates? Do they all seem fairly like a nautical people?
So go ahead and give me a
Perception.
yes,
probably?
please.
Okay.
Then let me look way over here on this little thing, so I don't have to alt tab out of Photoshop.
Yeah. Sorry.
Which I still can't see what it says. So, from looking around, like, you don't really get the sense that, like, the overall feeling of pirates. Like, these mostly look like
Yeah.
just everyday people.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so I feel fairly comfortable. Marith seems to, I don't know, he's like very relaxed in his posture at the moment. Like, if you didn't know that he was just really, really sick, you wouldn't have guessed that he was in any sort of distress at all.
Devian kind of whispers, "This place looks kind of normal, but keep an eye on your belongings."
Learned
Be
that
a fool
lesson.
not to always keep an eye on your belongings. And he like nods in Devian's direction.
Broderick says, "Yeah, I learned that lesson the first time the hard way from a little boy. Funny enough, a little elven boy named Marith," and he looks over at Marith.
What?
Strange coincidence.
Bro, I
feel-
totally forgot that was that kid's name.
Yep.
Me too. Well, I'm not a boy. Well, I'm not a little boy. Easy mistake to make. I know I look fairly young.
No, you are much too old to be him.
Oh, am I?
What boy are we talking about?
Is this the one that was a were-rat and died?
What?
No, I think
Not
this
the one that bit me?
boy was before any of you actually joined,
Ah,
and he went missing.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
We never found him. The end.
Pretty much. Well,
But it was the way to the end. I feel like we need to set Udo down before we do anything.
Yeah.
yeah,
He's not looking so great.
Vardrak just heads right into the inn.
And as you get in there, you see that there is a human. He looks older, probably in his late 60s or so. And he's just kind of sitting there reading a book in the corner.
And
Okay.
Vardrak walks up and like slams his fist on the counter a couple times to get his attention.
He kind of shoots you like this glare, like,
That's so rude.
Oh, have I given you the impression that manners is my strong suit?
Point taken.
Mareth is also shooting him like an almost identical glare as this guy.
He's
Need a
like,
room.
I see you didn't bring manners with you, did you?
He's never had them to begin with.
Vardrock looks around. There's no one named Manners here.
Forgive our friend, he's fairly brash. He doesn't come from a place where manners really exist, I don't think.
So where-
Hey.
Would you?
Yeah,
So
I'm not
where is it
familiar
you
with
guys
that.
come from?
I come from Durian. These, my fellow compatriots, my travel
I come from Durian.
Oh, yes. Excuse me. Vakta also comes from Durian. However, not certain where our large friend comes from. Bardrock is your name, correct? Sorry, it's been a long time at sea.
And we totally weren't trapped on a boat together for 20 days.
I
So-
am Vardrock Rin of the Red Spawn Temple. I will be the bringing of the second coming of the Dark Lady. That is all you need to know.
Mareth, he blinks and he smiles at Bardrock, and then he looks back to the. He gestures with his hand over to Bardrock, and he goes, "That's where he's from."
Devian's gonna like put both hands on his shoulders and like, have you not heard of Mordrock?
He just looks at you and just shakes his head dismissively, and he's like, "So you're the group from Amethil, huh?"
Sure.
Yeah.
Mareth is pinching his brow with 2 fingers, like, oh my god.
That's fine. My brother used to do that.
Oh, Botch's face just falls, and she just like, oh, right. Yeah.
Well, your room's already been paid for. Follow me and I'll take you to it.
Excellent.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Who paid for this room?
It was sent via a parcel.
Really?
Said to be expecting you guys, so he paid for a month solid.
Was there a name on this parcel?
It just said to expect people from Amethil, and it came with the right gold.
If I had to guess, it would be the Jackal.
How much
I'm
money
sure
does our
it was
friend
signed
have?
Bob Smith or something. He's not going to use his real name.
Who's Bob Smith?
Exactly. Who knows? Who cares? Lots of gold.
Oh my god.
Besides
Thank
the
you,
plant,
sir.
and he just walks.
Could you
behind the
please
guy.
take us to our room?
I need my
Thank you
cheese.
for
He's
being
like, sir, am I
so
wrong?
kind.
You care who it's from as long as it's going in your pocket?
Oh my god.
As long as the gold's right, you guys are free to stay here.
Looks right to me.
So he walks you down, and the place is, like I said, it's comfortable in a rustic kind of way. You can definitely tell that it was like put together by people that were not necessarily carpenters or builders.
I love it.
But it's sturdy, it's rustic, and you can tell that a lot of like the wood on the inside actually came from ships. Like some of the support pillars look like they were old masts and things like that.
I love it.
So he takes you guys down to where your rooms are. And he points them out, and everybody has their own room. And he points at Ukto, and he's like, your friend, she doesn't look too good. Is there anything that we need to make any special accommodations for her?
She just needs a comfortable place, a safe place to rest for a while. She'll be fine.
I think she's just seasick.
Do we need to send any handmaids to her or anything?
If it wouldn't be too much trouble, just to check up on her. They don't need to do anything, just to make sure that she stays alive.
He
Doesn't
chuckles.
look too well.
He chuckles a little bit. Not the first time a landlubbers came in here looking a little off the weather from a trip. We'll make sure that she's 10 too.
Thank
So,
you.
other than you five, we only have 2 others that are here right now. We don't get many visitors. I'm not quite sure what your matter of business is here, but you're more than welcome to visit the inn. May be able to get some information if you need it, or at least try some of the beer. I don't know if you guys were told this or not, but Jasper's End is world renowned for the port side porter that we carry. We grow the barley right here, and he points out a back window at the end of the hallway, and off in the distance you could see like this large barley field. Everything is grown here. We brew it, we bottle it, everything is here. So if you guys need anything else, let me know.
He like hurriedly walks over to the window and he like rests his hand on the windowsill, and he kind of gasps at like the rows of barley, and he says, "This is fantastic."
If you think that's fantastic, wait till you try the beer.
I want to try it.
He his eyes light up as he looks back at Vakta and he says, "Yes, let's."
Yes.
Why are we not drinking in this bar right now? What are we doing at this ass end building up here?
You guys don't exist.
Okay.
Vardrak, as roughly as he like has picked Uto up and has been walking around like a log, he sits her down much more gently onto the bed, and asks her if she needs anything out of her medicine bag.
Like, you go in there, there's this herb. It smells very sweet, and its stem is kind of prickly. You can hand me some of that.
He'll go through and try and find what matches the description he just given.
You're like pulling out herbs. She's like, "No, not that one, not that one. Yes, that one right there, that one."
He gives it to her.
And she immediately just begins chewing on the stem. I just need to rest. I think if I just rest for a little while, I'll be okay.
We'll check back with you a little later. And he turns to the man and says, "Where's the best place to get information? Perhaps information on maybe some people that, how can I put this? They may wear like ceremonial robes or something more religious like."
Well, if you're looking for any sort of religious temple, there's not really many around here. You'd have to go to the capital city for that.
We're looking for information on someone who might not want to exist inside the capital or any known viewable place.
Are you talking about those yoo-hoos from, what is it, the Ash something?
Yes, that.
Yoo-hoos?
Yeah, those people give me the creeps. They set up this makeshift village that they built around an old temple out in the desert.
Do you know where or know anyone who could point us or guide us to that location?
If you go talk to Connick in the brewery, he might know a little bit better.
Excellent. You've been most helpful.
If you guys need anything else, just let me know, and I'll make sure that I summon a handmaid to help your friend out here.
Excellent. Frederick pulls out the map, and is he able to locate the brewery on there?
Oh yeah, I mean this thing is like short of like, yeah, this is like short of being like fucking like circled, highlighted around, like arrows pointing towards it.
Neon lights.
All right, Vardrak's just gonna head straight there. He's not even like saying "let's go" or anything. He just starts walking.
Yeah, Barrett's like already halfway out the door. He's ready.
Yeah,
Get that beer.
yeah, and I mean, as you guys walk off, the building, the inn has like a wooden decking to it, and the steps lead right into the sand. And you guys walk down the beach, and you could see that there's one building that looks like it's in better shape than the surrounding ones. And as you get closer to it, you can see the sign on it that says that it's the Portside Brewery.
All right, Vardrak's gonna walk on in.
As you walk in, you see that there are 3 people in the brewery. 2 customers with their back facing to you, and you see this elf behind the bar that looks like deceptively young. Like he looks like he's older, but has very, very like boyish features. But he has he has certain like rough demeanor about him. And then the 2 customers that you see, one is a very large cloaked person, someone wearing like traditional like desert garments, like a full robe and headpiece. And then there's a dwarf sitting next to him.
It is very obviously Balavar.
Not
more Balavar.
Not immediately. And given the fact that
No, he just shouts, "I'm not Balavar" when they walk in.
given the fact that you weren't expecting to see them, that's not the first thing that that comes to mind when you see them.
Well, Raynor, how goes it today?
Raynor.
Talking about? Take that off your head. We're inside.
What? How dare you speak to Randolph the Hooded like that? Double fisting steins. Very good porter, Raynor.
I like Bernard better. Why don't you put on a shirt?
Well, Bernard's not here. He's back in Durian.
Fine.
I'm Randolph. Where of hoods?
Vardrak looks over. He gives kind of this little half smile. Says, "I knew a good man named Bernard once."
Oh, is that right? Me too.
Hey. Look what the tide dragged up.
Hey. Oh, turn around. About time you all showed up. We've been waiting here for days.
So as you guys turn to see these people here, you notice Bacta and Vardrak. You see Devian's there, which I'm not sure how well you guys even know Devian.
I think I said
I healed his ass.
once. Yeah,
Okay.
I said a sentence to him once. I don't think I've ever spoken to Balavar.
And then you
Really?
see them
Oh.
standing with this kind of medium height, slim, long-haired elf too.
It's Shooty Guy from the rooftops.
Yes. Greetings. I'm definitely wearing an eye patch, by the way.
I give them a sidelong glance. Would I recognize them?
Not in-
Bacta talked about me.
Yes. I've talked about Raina so much.
So for you've probably seen them around Durian at some point.
Vardrak will walk up to Balavar.
How goes it?
You guys owe us a long explanation. Our asses
Yes.
have been dragged all over the continent through all these
Yep.
seas, and I need another ale.
Yes, we
Been a long
traveled for months to get across this desert.
We fought so many bandits. Balavar and I are badasses. Just
Yes.
You always have been.
Some of the bandits had 2 heads, in fact. Worth-
She runs up to Vakta and squeezes her really hard.
Yep, big giant bear hug.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bear hugs all around.
Only one I've missed.
My bear.
Barndrake's like, the feeling is mutual.
Oh, shut up! You missed her too.
Um,
You admitted it.
Devin slowly taking
fine.
steps backwards.
if I'm gonna
Rena
walk
shuffles
up to
forward
the
and is like-
bartender,
You get a hug too, Bardrock.
I'm gonna ask him first. I'm gonna
Barndrake's just
order.
standing there with his arms folded, trying to look pissed.
First, I'm gonna order a porter,
Punch Bardrock repeatedly in the
Yes.
shoulder.
Porter, a friend, please.
and then I'm gonna ask if there's a place to play, and kind of hold up my loot, like.
Yes, the natives are restless.
what are you trying to deceive that you didn't miss them?
That he's pissed at Reyna.
Oh.
Why is that a disadvantage?
Because it's Reyna.
I mean, Reyna, if you want to, you can do a perception check to see if you can see through his.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I know.
No, you don't.
He's being super convincing.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing
Oh,
like
shit.
he's giving you the look of like a girlfriend gives the boyfriend like when they're fighting over something stupid, and then he asks if she wants food.
Not a boyfriend asking a girlfriend because he's a guy.
Well, yeah, but the look is very
It's very what?
very known by that definition.
That's just my default face.
Just your face all the time. Damn.
I see things.
So yeah, so as you guys are rekindling this old flame, Marith walks up and orders a drink for himself.
Too late. I ordered them for all my friends.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
You can have the one you ordered for me.
Yes.
Doing what you're doing.
Rena
All
kind of
came in with
waddles
my.
back to him, and she's like, "You're really pretty. I mean, hi. Are you their friend? Friend? Yes."
Meredith chuckles and says,
Is Chauncey
"Hello."
with us?
Is Chauncey with them?
No.
Oh.
Why?
Fell overboard.
I thought he was on the boat with us.
No, Chancier was never there.
No.
No, Chancier was sent back to Clevenskar from Durian.
Why?
Because at the time, Bardrock didn't know if the plan was going to work out with talking to Bedkey. So he sent him there to basically relay the message of like, yo, if shit goes bad, here's what happened. So yeah, Chancier has been in the wind for about a month now.
So Meredith, he
But he's
leans
safe.
down and he smiles and like holds out his hand to Reyna.
You're almost as pretty as Chauncier. You know Chauncier. Have you seen him?
I can't say that the name is familiar,
He
no.
owes me a lot of answers. But you know what? I am glad that you are on this crew party band thing.
Yeah, right?
How
And
many?
Rena-
How
yeah.
many porters
She, like-
deep is
She, like,
is
sets
Reyna?
her cheek in his open palm. She's like,
Meredith, he like hesitantly just like pats it twice and then grabs his porter from the bartender and asks the bartender again if there's a place to play.
Yeah, so the bartender after he gave everybody the drinks, when you asked the first time, he walked over to this area there's this large oversized fireplace that currently has no flame to it. And he moves some of the chairs around and he kind of just looks at you and says, the floor is yours.
I'm gonna put on my
Wonderful.
walk outside for a second.
Bella, where are you
Bard's
going?
playing music. Lots of good drinks. Join us, everyone.
Um,
Bowenstern Brewery.
Meredith, were there tables that they pushed aside or was it just chairs?
It was just a few chairs that were sitting in front of
All right.
the hearth.
So I'm gonna push 2 chairs together the seat sides together. I'm gonna get up on it and stand on it. I'm gonna hold my porter up and address the crowd and say, "Does anybody here know any good sea shanties?" He's like jolly and cheerful, and when he like lifts his mug to the sky, a little bit of the porter almost splashes out.
That would have been sacrilegious.
Almost.
Almost. There's only a few patrons there that you gather that they're probably like townsfolk.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of just look at you and just disregard you saying anything.
Okay, I'm gonna set my grog down on the floor. I'm gonna grab my loot, and then I'm going to start to the tune of "Drunken Sailor." I'm gonna start singing, and kind of like beckoning the crowd into like a call and return.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a performance check with advantage. Claire, what did that poor keyboard do to you, and why do you want its money?
Because I'm broke.
That's fair.
Buying the stupid ships you get here to catch up with these miscreants.
For whoever wants the music, I'll throw a link in Discord. As the performance goes on and he's playing his lute and he's beckoning this crowd into call and return, he kind of like, he gets like a good stomp going on through the tavern if he can, if I roll high enough for that.
I'll stomp.
Vardrak will start it very loudly.
Go ahead and give me a performance check, Vardrak.
Hey, Balvar said he was too.
I'll do it.
Oh, I'll be.
I mean, are you making every patron in the bar roll for a performance check?
No, just the one that's starting it off.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
All right. So yeah, so you start off with the song, and at first, like, everybody in the place is basically just disregarding you doing anything. And by the time you're like 3-4 stanzas in, like, you start noticing people are like, their attention's being piqued and they're paying attention. And by about 6-7 stanzas into it, you actually have everybody in the place singing along with you, including the barkeep.
And Renard the Hooded.
Randolph the Hooded.
Randolph.
Oh,
Right.
Randolph the Hooded has been singing along since the beginning. Whether he was singing the right words or not, he was singing.
So that gives everyone bardic inspiration, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so you guys can add 1d6 to a roll.
And how long does that last for? Until long rest?
Yes.
Is it any roll, like to hit or a save or a check or damage?
Any, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's bardic inspiration. We're good.
So after that's done, Meredith will kind of like, he laughs and he smiles and he steps down from the chairs and takes a little bow and then goes back to the party.
What level are you?
My overall level?
Yeah.
10.
So it would actually be a D10.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
There you go, 1d10.
It's better as you get, and it's 10 minutes, and it says ability check, attack, roll, saving throw.
Okay, cool.
But we can do it after we roll the d20. There might be other stuff though if you've got knowledge that might add something.
Claire, your typing is drowning out Drew's voice.
I'm sorry. Turn off my...
Okay, say that one more time.
10 minutes, ability check, attack, roll, saving throw, and we can add that die after we roll our after we roll d20.
So yeah. But yeah, so I mean, after the song, a few porters in, you guys are all feeling pretty good.
Vardrak's gonna lean over to Divian and say, "We need to find out where these cultists are. Think you can get that information?"
Right, did. Huh.
What?
Did the
You're
say
looking
that
for cultists?
Right, we're looking for the cult that worships Orcus.
Oh, well, I'm not sure I know where they are.
But
Something-
someone
But I-
does.
I do
Yeah,
know where
someone-
some cultists are.
do you know the name of the cult?
Yes, I think they're the Ashen Covenant.
Yes.
They made some sort of
Absolutely.
city
There you go.
called Ashenvale.
Assenvale, yes, that sounds
Yeah.
right.
I'm pretty sure that's what they said it was.
Works for me.
Is that what you're looking for?
Yes.
Is.
Excellent. I know precisely where it is. Bit of a hike, though.
Well, if you already know where it's at, then we can just get going.
Pretty sure every one of us wouldn't mind a long walk after that boat ride.
I would mind it.
I mean, can I get another ale
That
first? This is
works.
really good.
So right now it
Wanna make
is
sure you have water too.
it is dusk going
Yes,
into
Dad.
nighttime right now.
Perfect. Good time to travel.
How long of a journey would it be?
Perhaps a bit less than a week, if my calculations are correct, and they always are.
Well, we have Ukto is in no position to travel.
Who?
New friends.
Ah, yes, this pretty one.
No.
Another new friends.
Another new friend. Two new friends?
Yes. My new shopping buddy.
Oh, dear.
Raina, you're gonna love her.
Oh, okay. Is she cool?
Yes.
What? Is-
But is
Not
she
in-
alive?
He's not traveling?
I
She didn't do so well with traveling on the seas for such a long time.
Ah, well, she can rest here.
mean, she's lived in a basement for a long time. Basements don't move, and ships do.
Mhm.
Basement living.
Ships move a lot.
We can give her a general direction of which way we're heading as long as the route's not that complicated.
I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving her here.
I would not either.
I'm not sure there's much of a road.
No.
So
Well,
we might
care.
have to. Well, if you're willing.
Of course.
All right, well, let's go get her and let's get going then.
Is there a carriage we could get in town somewhere?
I don't know about a carriage, but maybe some creatures. Beasts of burden, perhaps.
If you all would
Rocky.
like to check for horses while I go get her, that's fine. And Vardrak needs to go get Ukto.
Barkeep, are there creatures here we could purchase? Or that might be out for loan?
Well, if you're looking
Like-
for,
Carry our
want-
goods? Maybe some of us?
well, the only thing we really have here would be some camel.
Yes, that sounds fine.
Yeah, depending on what you're looking for.
Jesus.
We have
Okay.
a few camel on hand that we can rent out. You know how long you're gonna need them for?
Perhaps 2 weeks?
Well, if you want, head over any like points like out towards the docks. He's like, just beyond those homes right there, you'll be able to see where they pen the camels, see how many we have left, and you'll be able to rent them out there.
Are you low on camels?
Well, we normally have a pretty decent amount, but I'm not sure if anybody's come to town to use them or not. With this being one of the only main port areas on Sir Bragda, we might be out of stock of them right now.
Well, let's go find out. Thank you. I will march off.
All right.
Raynor, you care to join? Anyone else?
Yep, Devian's following him.
I'm with.
This way he pointed, or was it over this way? Red or green?
Marith will turn towards the bar and cheer with his grog up in the air one more time, and then set it down on the bar and walk out and follow them.
Yeah, and as you cheer up, like everybody in the bar is like, yeah. But it was only like 4 people, so I mean, it wasn't that. It wasn't like a Rolling Stones concert or anything. It was just kind of like
those 4 people had a really good time.
Yeah, they did. So as you guys walk out, by now the sun is set, and it's pretty chilly outside. It's about 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's a 10-minute cast, so after Audra gets her stuff together, which probably isn't going to be too hard, he's going to start casting Find Steed to summon his mount again.
Okay. And Balavar, as you wander around, you kind of meander about, and you find this area where you come across the side of it where there's this like fenced-in area, and you can see that there are 7 camel that are like just standing around doing camel shit.
Excellent. A good number.
Camel.
I'll go be friendly with them.
Oh dear.
Hello there. Good. Not weird friendly. Oh. Hello there. Just like a horse, I'm sure.
It spits in your face.
Oh no!
I definitely spit right back in its face. Oh, yeah, classic camel greeting. I was aware that it would do that and ready for it.
This thing's just making all kinds of noise now, like.
Ah, yes. Classic camel greetings. I know quite a bit about these.
I'm so glad we have you, Belivari. You know what's up.
You just hear this disembodied voice come from the nearby building. What is? All of a sudden, you see like this image of this orc, older, really leathery skin.
Greetings, friend.
What are you doing?
I'm greeting your camels in the camel customary greeting.
Spit on the camel again.
I learned it in the cold north, where I learned all my animal handling skills.
I also spit on the camel.
Yes,
my God.
Raynor, well done. You're a quick learner.
I am.
Drop 20 of you.
He immediately pulls sword.
Oh my god!
Ah, yeah. Need to put those in line, I see.
Who does?
You have 10 seconds to tell me what you're doing here and why you're assaulting my camels.
Well, I already said we're here to rent your camels.
Devian walks forward with his hands up. We're trying to see if you have any camels that we may be able to loan out for a trip.
I just said that twice, in fact. You can rent your camels. We need them to carry our things.
And our butts.
I'm not sure I like your friend over here.
Which one?
He's talking to Devian, pointing at you.
We haven't met him
That's
yet.
understandable.
He's so judging you. Is it because he's wearing a headscarf? Because that's racial profiling.
Yes.
He's
Randall,
He takes a while to catch up, but he's no
Expert.
harm, I can assure you. Camel spit on him. It caused some issues. It won't happen again.
Your
It
camel
will
started it.
definitely happen again.
How many camels do you need, and how long do you need them for?
These 7 should do. 2 weeks or so.
We do need him for 2 weeks. Will
I just said that.
camels be able to pull any kind of carry? We have a sickly friend that needs to lay down, but we need to go on a trip, and we cannot leave her behind.
Do you know about how much your friend weighs?
I have no idea. Never met her.
You've never met your friend?
Have not.
He hasn't met her. I'd say around 200 pounds, just to take into account
How much do you weigh?
That's about 2 Reynas for reference.
all her equipment.
Oh,
Well,
that's more. That's
she would need her own camel if you're gonna do that.
That's fine.
Yes,
So,
camel for her. Maybe a
There's
couple.
no kind of carriage that you can offer with this.
I think we'll be going through the desert.
I don't know how much experience you have with the desert and sands, but carriages don't fare too well.
Exactly.
you could be our Sherpa. We are off to a great start. We're going to be best friends.
So there's 7. How many of us are there? Are we gonna? He looks back at Reina.
7.
There's so many new people. I don't know how many people, how many camels we're gonna need.
You're one of them.
Well, if you need 7 camel for 2 weeks, it's gonna be 150 gold.
Too much. 3
This is-
camels. 15 gold.
This isn't an auction. You don't like it, you can take to the dunes on foot.
Yes. I don't have that kind of money.
Sir, I don't mean
No.
to
I'm happy to carry our friend if we need to.
be disrespectful, but how much business do you get in a town like this out of curiosity?
Well, with us being the only port town here, anybody that comes typically passes through.
Passes through in need of camels?
Well, we have a stable of 25, and what you see here is what we have left. So,
Surely,
I'm not hurting for money.
could you
I'm gonna wink
maybe
at Octa.
could you
They're
maybe
not.
No.
It's good to know, friend.
offer us some sort of deal? We've been traveling a long time and we're running a little short on gold.
Yeah, I have a great deal. 2 weeks, 7 camels, 150 gold.
That's the same deal. That's not good.
Alavar.
Almost tricked me.
Is there
Well, I'm happy to
any
pass.
way
I'll
that
be
you would
happy to
willing
carry up
to barter
Won't
with
be a
us,
problem.
sir?
Listen, you need camels, I have camels. If this price doesn't seem good to you, what do you think would be?
Say same amount of camels. 90 gold?
How about 100?
He looks back at the group and is like, eh?
Vivian pulls out a sack. It looks like it doesn't have anything in it. Around.
Ah.
It is
How much gold do
too
you
much,
have?
I say. 100 gold is still far too much. I'm happy
100
to carry-
gold for 7
100 gold
camel,
is a fairly
or-
decent discount
2
Yeah.
weeks.
for 2 weeks.
I mean, doesn't like a gold buy us food for a
We
week?
can pool some gold. How many people do we have here currently? That's
It's not.
Nocta pulls out a coin purse and just starts
Um,
counting. Just
And
we can split the
really
cost
only
for these
need
camels.
one camel. We can walk on
I have
foot.
25.
You make a good point. Our camel could carry our belongings. We have no problem walking.
And Vardrak has his own mount. I'm not sure how
Exactly.
it'll fare in the desert. But
I'm sorry,
he has that.
my good sir. How much for one camel for 2 weeks?
So, what are you going to do about your friend then?
Put our friend on that camel.
So, what are you going to do about your belongings?
Carry those things. I think it's for us to worry about what we'll do with those.
Well, it's for you to worry about, but it's for me to worry about my camels. And if you're trying to pile a bunch of shit on a camel plus your friend, it's going to be too much for it.
Yes, but it's not what we would do.
How much weight can your camels comfortably handle?
Comfortably can handle about 250 pounds.
Well, we have no problem carrying our belongings. Surely the only person that needs assistance in walking is our friend. So, as long as none of you, and he gestures back to the party again, have a problem with carrying your own belongings, I think we could do with one camel. If not, we could do with 2.
One camel, I say.
Everything I own, I'm already carrying. There's nothing
Right.
else.
1 camel, 2 weeks? How much would
15
you charge?
gold.
I'm
13.
good with that.
Marith pulls out 13 gold and hands it to him.
He like counts it up and he's like looking at you, holding it like still a little light.
What? How much gold?
Marith, he smiles and kind of looks to the ground for a second and goes, "My apologies, I forgot a tip." And he gives him 3 more gold.
Well, he said 15, you only gave him 13.
Oh, I heard
The tip is
13.
the
My apologies, sir. I heard 13.
You're welcome, good sir.
He gives him 3 more gold, so like 2 gold plus a gold.
All right. He takes it. He's like, he sheaths his sword and takes the money and he's looking at you and he's like thanking you for it, but he still is like glaring at Balavar.
As he should.
And it
He smiles at him and he thanks him again.
So I'll see you guys back here in 2 weeks. The camel should be good as far as food and water goes. I'll
Yeah,
include a
plenty.
basic amount of rations for him. But 250 pounds is his limit. Don't go stacking everything on him plus your friend.
Absolutely not. We
Of course
won't do
not.
that at all.
I'll make sure of that.
And he kind of rubs his arms in a cold shiver and he turns around. And there's a camel that's standing by, like closest to where the building is. And it's a bigger one. It's got a very dark hide to it.
No, he's gonna die.
No. I mean, for as much as you guys can tell, it looks healthy.
Knowing us, it's still gonna die.
Ugh.
You guys could take Kara here. She knows her way around the desert. So if you guys lose her, you'll find her way back.
It's very kind.
What
of
was
you.
her name one more time?
Kara.
Kara? Oh, so pretty. Balvar's not allowed near her.
What? Why'd you say that? I love
Because
animals.
you'll spit on her.
It's the customary camel greeting.
I bet it's not.
I
I
just
do, but she
I
liked
know
it.
camel. It spit in my face when I greeted it.
By this time, you just hear the door shut of the guy just walking away.
I'm gonna pet the camel.
No.
Yeah.
Just instant flashbacks to that picture Cliff sent in the group chat. You're gonna pet the dog.
Marith will take hold of the rein and kind of gently lead her back to where the room is, like where the inn is outside.
And as you get there, Vardrak's already standing on the porch with Ukto and her belongings.
Okay. So I'm gonna do an insight check for this, but does it look like everything that is going to be going onto this camel exceeds 250 pounds, or is it within the limit?
I mean, if you guys put all of your belongings on there plus Ukto, it would.
Just Ukto and Ukto's belongings.
No, it looks like she would be able to fit on there.
Okay. Right.
Cliff, I'm sending you something on Discord.
Nothing else goes on this camel besides Ukto and Ukto's things. And he like shoots daggers at Balabar. And he looks over to Vardrak.
Good with animals, and I love that.
I just don't want to have to pay this man more than we already have.
Won't be paying this man anymore. He already robbed us.
He didn't rob us.
I think he robbed us.
15 gold for a camel for 2 weeks.
He didn't rob us.
I'm
How
sure.
much does it cost to eat for a week?
It's fine.
I mean, typically you pay what? Some copper for a meal.
I paid for the camel.
Yes, that's just fine. Just saying, I think he robbed us.
If he robbed anybody, he robbed me, and I don't think he robbed me. Okay, so safely, this camel can hold Ukto and Ukto's things.
Yep.
So the only thing that goes on it is Ukto and Ukto's things. Unless Ukto were to get off, then more things can be on the camel. But I would assume that since you lot have adventured all over the place, from what I've heard, you have no problem carrying your belongings, and neither do I. So
Okay.
great.
I have no trouble with it.
No, that's fine.
So Marith will sort of hold the reins steady as waiting for someone to put Ukto onto this camel.
Have they been going for over 10 minutes, Cliff?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you all should start hearing the sound of something galloping towards you.
Is it your evil horse?
Evil?
Horse?
He like Marith's eyebrow like perks, and he starts looking around for anything coming this way.
What do they see, John?
They will see this humongous lizard, like Komodo dragon looking thing with like kind of like demon like features running at you. Looks like something that just crawled out of hell.
Oh, it's Snuffleupagus.
What?
That's what you got of that.
That's what we're naming it.
Scaly McPawington. What's its name, Barbara? He's kind of cute.
I haven't given him a name yet.
Scaly
It's
McPawington
Snuffleupagus.
it is.
What is that?
Snuffleupagus.
Vardrakus ignores this and just hops up on.
I'm calling it Snuffy.
Are we ready?
Devian's walking back in.
Can I ask why this thing couldn't carry Ukto?
Scaly Snuff
I didn't say it
Bramblepaw.
couldn't. My plan was to put her on here, but you came back with a camel.
I was following group directions. We went to get the camel
You didn't communicate
when
that
you
to
were with
us.
us.
I said
Isn't there
I-
a limit on how long this mount lasts, Bardrock?
No.
No.
Communication.
Scaly
I
Snuff
said
Bramblepaw.
that
How
I
many people
was
can
going to get Ukto, and you, Vakta, have personally ridden on my mount before.
Scaly Snuff. That's her name.
I would make that official if, this was coming from my daughter, but since I don't see one.
That's fair. I'm just saying.
Can I roll for pettiness?
Oh.
If you're having trouble
Deception?
staying
Or
as
just straight
you seem to
charisma?
have trouble with a lot of things in your life lately.
I'm sorry, what?
Ooh.
Just some more that you need to get off your chest?
I'm just saying, if you think that this creature's going to be your companion for a long time, you should probably give it a name, unless you think that it's not going to be. Which, knowing you,
Even Burakai, like there were a lot of different Burakais.
I'm not talking about Burkhead, but okay.
As you guys are like talking, like Ukto's like, what's going on? Where are we going? Doing?
Hi there, I'm your new friend. I'm Raina.
Greetings from Belivar. Belivar the Bad. You've probably heard of me.
He's so bad.
Like, kind of like groggy, like almost like weaning in and out of consciousness.
You're not doing well. We're taking you into the desert for 2 weeks.
He's like, in my bag, I have 4, and then she's back out.
You have what? Healing potions, perhaps. Those could come in handy if we get injured. I'm gonna go ahead and start taking a look through the bag, see what she was trying to refer to.
No, I'm batting him out of the bag. I'm like, no. Leave her stuff alone.
Well, she clearly wanted to tell us something was there she might want.
It's probably that we got new clothes for her for the desert.
Yes.
We should check just to make sure. What if there's something in there like camel coupons?
Camel coupons.
I can't say I would
Yes.
approve of going through someone else's belongings without their
She
permission, but
told us to.
she told us that she had something in her bag. She didn't express
Oh, why would?
say.
Well, it could be a camel.
Yeah, you don't know. She's kind of spacey. Like, very spacey.
Ah, yes,
Okay,
that
but
sort.
why would you say something like that before passing out, unless you either wanted someone to A, use it, or B, know that it's there, in which case we're not able to do either unless we open her bag.
But we know something's there.
And how is that going to be helpful to anyone?
I
Will not.
suggest that we start moving before they
I
shoot
agree.
on this camel.
Let us go. I will lead the way.
Okay, you should search her bag though.
Come, camel friend.
Just look for 4 of something.
Ukata the lazy.
Without
Rude.
without letting go of, or without moving, even though I have the camel's reins in my hand, does this camel seem to want to follow Balavar?
Oh no, if you have the reins, it's not following anybody else but you.
Oh. I will take the reins and put them in Balavar's hand.
No, I'll.
There we are.
Oh, okay.
And
Wait, good
handling
friend.
each animal.
Yeah, so like with almost no fuss at all, I mean, it just begins following Balavar as he's walking away.
Oh, I'm going to give it some good scratches and pets and make little noises at it.
Devian's gonna walk up to Meredith and whispers, maybe he knew what he was talking about. It seems like he knows what
I
he's
would
doing.
say our friend is actually very good at handling animals. That's a good skill to have.
Trying to tell you these things.
Usually when he
My
says he's good
apologies
at
for not
something, he's
Quite humble about it. Yes, I know.
Well,
Iraq is
personally,
just
I should have
shaking their
listened
head,
the first
just-
time.
So
Ask him about how good he sneaks.
I'm a very good sneaker.
ask Bacta
So
that.
Hey,
We all
Um,
know the answer to that.
I'm good at sneaking, okay?
You must also be a jack of all trades of sorts.
Only when it's not needed, I think.
What is everybody wearing?
Spoken.
Like
Light armor.
like IRL. I mean, like what you guys wearing? What's up?
Left.
No, like for real. Like what's everybody wearing?
So I'm thinking Raina has been out in the sun for a few weeks during her travels. So she has I'd say she has something that's a little bit lighter and more gauzy, but she has her armor in a big rucksack to carry with her.
Okay.
We're not anticipating combat.
Okay, so your armor is like in a bag, and you have like just light, airy clothes on.
Not that airy, just basic peasanty looking dwarfy attire. But yeah, it's a little bit more heat suited.
Okay.
Marith has like his standard gear on. It's not like typical light armor in the sense that it's very like armor looking. But he's got like his coat on, and it has like leather patches that are like expertly tailored onto it, so they look kind of nice aesthetically. They also serve like an armor purpose.
Okay.
Vakta's probably just got like the leather pauldrons on at the moment because it's gonna be warm. With the rest of her armor kind of stowed in her bag and just linen tunic and breeches, just simple.
Okay.
She's poor. She didn't have a lot to begin with.
Gonna fuck it up with Varjak.
Devin still got his normal stuff on, still with the hood up.
That armor enchant, you said it like regulates the temperature, like while he's wearing it, right?
I think it constantly stays warm.
Okay. Does it keep it like as he's wearing, does it seem like it's keeping at like a constant warm temperature and not really moving, or is it actually getting hotter?
It's keeping it at like a constant temperature.
All right.
Like even though it's kind of chilly out, like you don't feel the chill at all in yours.
Well, he's got his dire wolf cloak on and his armor.
Okay. And then I already know what Balavar is wearing.
Yeah.
So everybody but Vardrak, go ahead and give me a Constitution save.
I'm rolling great today.
Wow.
So Reyna and Vakta, only a few hundred feet into this journey, you guys are fairly cold. Not quite to a debilitating state, but you're cold, like you're shivering. It is definitely the 40-degree temperature outside is definitely affecting you guys.
Marith
Then I'm putting on my fur cloak.
I have my goat cloak.
Goat cloak.
I bought it in the mountains like 3 months ago.
The goat cloak.
It's the goat cloak.
Yeah, then I'm putting on my fox fur cloak or whatever it was. I think it was Arctic fox.
Mm-hmm.
So, crisis averted.
Yeah, so you guys are able to make it where you're not too cold. But I mean, with you guys traveling at night, it is definitely, you're feeling it.
How does Ukto look? Does she look cold?
She looks asleep.
Okay, but she's not like shivering in her sleep or anything. It doesn't look like she's.
From what you're seeing right now, it doesn't look like it, no.
Okay. I'm gonna sit close to the camel, like on the side, just to make sure that she's doing okay.
All right. All right, and as you guys take off on your trip,
Ooh.
Balavar has this little, like crudely drawn map of the area, and he's leading you guys about. Give me a survival check, Drew.
remember too that I have the Wander feature, which gives me the memory, but generally geography, maps, terrain, very good with.
Okay.
Like legitimately good with. Like if he's been somewhere, he can always retrace his steps.
Okay. Well, you've never been here though.
Right.
But through following the map and whatnot, you're able to navigate your way, for the most part, fairly easily. There's a rough path that you guys follow out, and you travel for a few days. Each day it's pretty warm in the daytime. Most days ranging between like the low 80s and the high 90s. To it being fairly cold in the evening, with temperatures going between 30 and 50 degrees. And you reach this area after a few days of travel. After about 2.5 days worth of travel, you reach this area with a sign on it that says Watcher's End. Last source of fresh water. And then it just dot. And you see that there is this large, like, natural oasis. And there's a few passerbyers that are there that are parked at the side, and they're filling up canteens. And it's about 5 or so in the afternoon by the time you guys arrive. The sun is starting to go down.
Come on, water skins.
We should
Up here?
probably stay here, right?
Might be for the best. We can rest up
Staying
and
here.
again in the morning.
Wonderful. But can I find a spot that's relatively flat?
I mean, the area itself is not that bad. It's kind of a smooth, like, gradient of land, like, to the actual water source, and then it goes down. But nothing's too crazy around there.
Okay. I'm gonna pick a nice, flat as possible looking spot. If you all could gather around me for just a moment, it won't take barely any time. I'm gonna get a head count. So there's Reyna, Ukto, the camel, Balavar, Vakta, Devian. Who am I missing? I have 6 people. Myself and Vardrock.
Yeah, there should be 8 total, counting the camel.
Okay.
Well, and then Vardrock's mount would be
Vardrock's
9.
mount is 9, so that's perfect. Hold on 1 second. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna cast Leomund's Tiny Hut. It's gonna take me a minute. Let me see if I actually have to cast that 1 second. Where is this? Actions. Okay. No, there's no cast button.
No, I don't think so.
Right. So it's a 10-foot radius, a mobile dome. It's an 8-hour duration. It ends if I leave its area, but I don't plan to. So.
And what does this look like as you're casting it?
There's like a radiant light that starts to expand from Merith's center and pushes outward until it hits that 10-foot radius. And then you see like the radiant light sort of settle, and it rolls over a sheen of this area, and then it almost goes completely invisible, but there's like a slight distortion between the space.
And are you like singing a song while doing it, or playing your lute or anything, or?
He'll play a tune on the lute, and it's almost akin to like in music, like something that you would typically hear in a tavern. It's very calming and it's relaxing.
And you guys all see this light kind of surround you guys, and you see it lift off the ground and create this dome around you, this translucent dome. That you can, like, as soon as you see the light, like, go over top of you and then connect in the middle to make like the ceiling for this magical hut. Immediately, you notice that the heat from the desert dissipates, and you're just standing in this like comfortable feeling like pseudo room. The ground is still, you know, the patchy grass and sand, but almost all the heat that was like radiating off of it instantly dissipates while you're standing in there, and it's just comfortable. You guys don't feel like you need to wear any kind of light clothing for the heat or anything.
All right. So we're all safe in here. Other creatures outside can't pass through this barrier. We can make camp here. You can pass through, I believe. Still, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Anybody that's inside can travel in or out as they go, as they please.
You can pass through.
Wait, Spacey.
However, I need to stand here, or stay here.
It's quite nice. I'm gonna walk out and then walk back in. Walk out and walk back in.
It's
like,
almost like you're walking in and out of a temperature-controlled room.
Yeah, exactly. Like every time you walk out,
that's what I'm like.
Yeah, every time you walk out, you're feeling the heat. It's at this time it's about 89 degrees outside.
Not warm there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk out and wave at some of the passersby. Quite nice over this way. Hop back in. Didn't know we had one of these.
Vardrak's mount was just kind of like laying down when this all happened, and then looks up at him, and then he looks down at it, and then Vardrak just kind of like does like a quick nod, like something was said, but there's nothing that happened there. Then they both look at Meredith, and she says she likes you. And then he leaves it at that and starts.
Meredith smiles and he kind of like perks up. It's almost like if his ears could, they would have like perked up a little. He seems really pleased and he says, "Oh, that's wonderful." And he looks over to your mount and smiles.
Devian's standing near one of the walls and he like puts his hand through it. And he kind of like says to himself, "This would have been great to have in the wilds."
A fairly useful spell. I'm not sure how well I could teach it, but I could try.
Fairly useful elf. You're all right, Meredith. I'm glad we've got you here.
I do my best. I learned it just in case there was ever a time where I had to travel, and I'm kind of glad I did now.
How are you enjoying traveling so far?
It's been a mixed bag. I can't say I enjoyed the seasickness, but everything else has been pretty great. As long as you don't try to do a duet with me again anytime soon. You need to learn a little bit more.
I think I'm just gonna stick to my bow.
I'd be happy to teach you.
What instrument are you proficient with? No, Balavar is proficient with a fucking instrument.
I love it.
Of course.
Can we start a band?
Start a band.
Yes, can.
I don't know why, but I'm proficient in performing, so hey, I'll be the singer, I guess.
I am not.
At least Snuff Grumblepaw can join.
Who?
I don't know who that is, but I like them.
You can like run a wooden stick over her scale.
Oh yeah, like one of those. Yeah, I forgot there's something like.
Perfect. Vardrak can do
The
that.
medieval equivalent to
Her
Troy.
name is Asha.
See, Snuff Grumblepaw. That was quick for you coming up with a name.
We've been communicating this whole ride.
And
Her name is Asha Ramazi.
Mazi.
Aw.
After my brother.
Yep.
What is Asha after?
How about Scaly Stuff from Mazi?
That's what she said her name is.
Huh.
She
That's
let me
cool.
pick her last name.
Oh.
Vardrak starts going through his bag and starts grumbling like, forgot to buy a bedroll.
I'm just over here out of character trying not to tear up a little bit.
No metagaming, you!
Do you not have a bedroll? I could have sworn you have a bedroll.
Caught fire. It was whatever.
Devian pulls his out and he like tosses it to Vardrak. I don't know why you guys need those.
Not
And
using
like-
this?
No, I have no need for that.
Oh yeah, you slept out on the ground in trees and stuff.
Right.
I feel like Devian's like all uncomfortable, closed area.
I gotta get out of here.
So is there anything that you guys want to do as you're preparing for the night?
Just gonna hunker down with my, awesome blanket that I've had for a while now.
Is the sun completely set yet, or no?
It's still setting. Like right now, like off to the west. If you guys were to look over the horizon, the sun is just cresting over the dunes.
Okay. Popo's barking, so I'll be right back.
Devian walks out and he like walks 10, 15 feet away and he's just like staring into the sky.
And as you walk out, like you're noticing like that it like just from the little bit of time you've been in there, like just how much colder it is outside right now.
As soon as he notices that, his pauldron grows and then takes over his whole hand to take up more space.
Like turns into like a makeshift jacket almost.
Yeah.
Are they right next to the water supply?
Yeah, you guys are probably only about 15, 20 feet away from it.
All right.
Actually, you're probably about, we'll say, 25 feet away from it or so.
All right. After Vardrak lays out his bedroll, he's gonna go over to Marith. He said, "You said you have to stay within this place, right?
Marith nods.
You need me to fill a water skin for you?"
Yeah, that would be great. And he pulls out his water skin and drinks whatever is left in it and hands the empty skin to him.
All right. He grabs that and he'll go over and get Uktos. And then he was going to head out to get some water.
What kind of damage do I have to make you roll for doing something nice? It's got to pain you some way, huh?
Literally not nice. He just needs everyone at 100%. That's his frame of mind. It's not him trying to be sweet.
Devian sees Vardrak walk out. He's gonna walk over to the oasis with him. Once he starts filling up the water skins, when we find the Ashen Covenant, my orders are to eliminate all of them.
Sounds good to me.
Who gave you those orders?
But
You don't hear this. Get out of here.
Oh, I thought they were here.
well, it's
They're
good
sneaky.
that our orders are the same. My orders are also to kill them all.
From my understanding, the Jackal just wanted you guys to retrieve the book from the head if they have it, or get information from them. I didn't know if you were planning on killing them all or not. I'm just making sure that we're on the same path once we arrive there.
They are allied to my enemy. they all die. And he just continues filling up the water skins.
Devian's gonna look up, and does he see any? He's looking at the stars. Does any of them seem to stand out?
Your perception check. That's it? Just a 33?
Roll like a bitch.
Right. Give me another 20, please.
Oh yeah. Oh.
What?
Yep, so much for that. So the entire boat ride, and the entire time you guys have been traveling, there's been one star that always seems to be constant. And it always seems to be in the direction that you're heading in.
Devian's gonna grab the cards from his cloak now. And he's gonna hold it over to Varjok. I got these when I was in my realm with the Raven Queen. These are made by fate itself, and I was told that they're accurate, like no matter what. I was told that there will be a star leading me in the right direction, and a god would be aiding me somehow. And he like points up and tries to show him the star that he's been looking at. That star has been standing out since we started this journey, and we have always been heading straight towards it. I feel like we made the right choice coming here.
Which god?
That I don't know. But when I was told this, it said that a god would be helping. So it must come true no matter which god it is.
Have you relied on it before?
I have only just received these cards right before I told you of my orders, my new orders from the Raven Queen. So I've only had the one time to test this.
All right. Well, it's good enough for me. I need to know is that Tiamat is watching, which I know she is.
I just think it's reassuring knowing, at least for me, knowing that we're heading in the right path.
Very well. When we get there, regardless of how many there are, we make sure that none of them escape, right?
Yeah.
Good. And what do you think of our group in there?
I don't entirely trust them yet, but you seem to, and that's good enough for me.
Some more than others. But I'm sure once the fighting starts, we'll see who's really an ally.
While we're on our journey, we still need to come up with a better battle plan. We never finished. When we had our discussion before, we just agreed that we would help. We need an actual battle plan.
Well, once we get close enough to the location of this temple, you and Vakta will have to scout ahead, remain unseen, see what we're facing. Once you come back with that information, then we form a plan of attack.
Devian just smiles and his raven takes flight and flies around him a few times. Scouting is something that I can do. I don't need Vakta. I can do this on my own.
Very well. So we should get rest and set out again at first daybreak.
You go on back ahead and enjoy the wild. I'm gonna stay out here for a little while longer.
All right. Well, holler if you're dying. Rodrock starts heading back inside.
Vakta, Devian's trying to steal your man.
Yeah, I can see that. Excuse you, fuck.
So is there anything that anybody else wants to do before they actually go to sleep?
Marith is kind of observing everyone
Rena's gonna cuddle Vakta.
while playing his lute in a sort of relaxing tone.
Said observing me?
Soft. Nope, just everyone.
Oh.
Not all about you, Sin.
Not all about you. I'm gonna roll. I guess I'll roll a perception.
Is there anything in particular you're trying to sense?
He kind of focuses mainly on the kind of like I don't know. He's curious about the discourse between Vakta and Varda, and he's trying to like maybe gain a little bit of insight on it.
You sense a weird sexual tension.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like you sense that there's real history there. But yeah, like you get like the feeling of like scorned lovers.
Okay. And Reyna and Balavar, I recognize seeing them, but I'm going to try to think on like where I've seen them in Darien before.
Yeah, I mean like from your past observations, you would have seen them, around the times that you've seen the group as a whole.
Okay.
Is Balavar doing anything in particular besides sawing logs at this point?
Nope, just getting rest.
All right, so everybody starts to make their way into their bedrolls and heading out for the night. What's Devian doing?
Devian's he kind of watches the other people that are around us for a little while before heading off into the shelter. And before he lays down, he makes a makeshift bed out of some leaves he can find on the ground and what he can gather.
So anybody that's still awake, you'd see like Devian like dragging like some palm leaves into the hut with him and making this like makeshift cot out of these palm leaves. Give me a survival check. And he's able to fashion it together in a sense that it resembles a bedroll. And he ends up going to sleep, and you guys all wake up just sweating your fucking ass off as you're laying on the ground underneath the early morning desert sun. You immediately notice that the hut has dissipated by now. You guys all got a long rest out of it, but like you're sweating already.
Oh.
Marith is gonna take off his jacket, so it's just like the loose flowing blouse underneath. And kind of drape it over his shoulder.
Hey. Vocto's gonna go fill her water skiing because she didn't do it last night.
Yeah, so like early morning, it's already 93 degrees outside. And these are winter temperatures, y'all.
That sucks.
Are we sure we want to travel in the day and not at night? I'd rather be in that hut during the day.
You make a good point.
That is a very good point.
Don't listen to him. He likes the cold.
I have a fox cloak.
Love it.
He's a liar and a deceiver.
We all just rested, though.
I'm very trustworthy.
We did all this well.
Are we gonna stay here after we're sleeping just to head out at night when we're tired again?
Well,
So you guys are about a day away from your destination.
Do we know
Well,
that?
perhaps we travel half a day.
Vodrak
Rest.
saying words and I did not hear them.
You really can't tell me that it's too hot for you right now.
Well, no, of course
Great
not.
temperatures.
Yeah.
I think perhaps we travel for a portion of the day, then rest as it gets hottest. And then at nighttime, since we're getting close, it would be best to sneak up upon their city of Assenvale.
That's not a terrible idea.
not a bad idea.
Of course not. It's what I do. I come up with ideas. I figure we approach them as camel salesmen.
With our one camel.
Yes, well, it's very high demand. We'll charge more for this one.
I don't think that'll work.
Well, it might.
I don't think it will.
We surprise them at night, I think it will.
What camel salesman is going to go around at night? Come on, Balavar. Everyone knows salesmen go in the day because it shows the product
That's
off
the
better.
part of the plan you think won't work. We do. These are dark politics, I think. Probably when they'll be up.
Go ahead and make another persuasion roll.
What's good on a roll to be stubborn?
You don't need to roll for that. So go ahead and either do a persuasion counter roll or a
I'll just do persuasion.
yeah,
It's
just do a
fine.
persuasion. I don't.
Yeah, won by a little bit.
Just a little. It was
It was close.
tough.
Yeah.
Almost
tough.
convinced her. Either way, I think we should travel for part of the day. As it warms up midday,
We should definitely rest at the hottest
Rest.
point of the day.
sneak in at night.
Just, for the sake of the non-tieflings.
Well,
Heat is really the worst. When
Project's
it's cold,
gonna.
you can just put more layers on. Hotter, you can't get more naked.
You can try though.
Yeah.
You can pull your
Yeah.
skin off.
I don't think that works, Raynor.
Why is he calling you Raynor?
Well, I suppose
Because his name is Ranulph?
Randall.
Randolph.
I
Randolph the Hooded.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. He just wanted to be Randolph today.
Are you hiding from someone?
Yes.
No.
Who?
oh, that is not your real name.
Well, just whoever might be after Balavar the Bad, of course. I have quite a reputation.
That is true. But no one here is after Balavar the Bad.
You don't know that for sure. I've been waiting for you a while.
It's true. But if someone comes
Okay.
after you, we'll smash their heads together.
Excellent.
Now we should get going.
Yes.
All right.
So, what's your guys' plan?
Travel half the day. Rests for the rest till nightfall, and then try to make it there during the night.
Take a short rest.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys pack up and head out. Anybody who's watching Bolivar specifically can tell after a few hours, like, he is not enjoying the heat at all. And even with like him wearing like a traditional almost like burqa with the headgear, and like he is not handling this heat very well. And around midday, temperatures are reaching right around 97 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's not too bad yet.
That's about
That's my favorite place, though.
bad. So after about 8 hours or so of traveling, it's about midday.
Vardrak, let's say we should stop here. Perhaps we can get the shelter one more time. Bolivar seems to have steam rising off of him.
Yes.
Meredith will walk into the center of the group and pull out his lute and play the same tune you heard before. It's like tavern music. And you'll see the light once again start at his center and expand out and then settle.
And same thing.
Okay.
Like, as soon as you guys are inside that, like, immediately it's just comfortable again.
This is gonna become my favorite song.
It's very generic. I'll have to come up with something for it.
No, I like it the way it is. It's kind of perfect.
Meredith, he blushes a little bit. Like his face kind of goes pink a little bit, and he looks to the ground and puts his lute away and kind of shakes his head.
Easy.
Sorry, what was that? I didn't quite...
What? No.
Aw, this makes me officially a co-CEO. John, with the half year, look at you. John, go ahead and make a roll on the legendary table.
Oh, hey, wait. I need to resub. There we go.
Give me that D20. And who's it going towards?
Is that right?
I don't know, but the song's right. No, you gotta do a space between roll and 20.
I wouldn't know what the hell it is first.
So you got a 6. Who's it going towards?
Wait, what is it first?
No, you don't get to know first. You gotta tell me who it is first.
God.
If I can make a recommendation, it would be Bolivar.
All right, I'll give it to Bolivar.
So Bolivar, you get this strange feeling that you've had before.
Ah, yes.
Of course.
And you get this tingling in your back.
Oh,
Yes.
I say nothing.
no. Oh, man.
Knew it. Are we camped?
Yeah, you're camped right now. Give me a D4.
Me?
Yeah. Well, I won't say anything else. You got this.
Well, I see you've
Going
learned to sprout your wings again, Bolivar.
What?
You didn't see nothing. Get out of here.
Yes, I don't know what you're. Or do we have the tent up?
Yeah, you guys are in the hut.
Yes, I'm going to go for a stroll for a moment.
97 degrees outside. You guys are in the desert. No longer on grass. You guys are in the desert.
It's fine.
Yeah. Just wanted to lay that out there.
I'm going to stay inside for now and definitely not.
Yeah, and I mean, so nobody would even be of the wiser, really, given the fact that you have this large robed on. Unless someone was paying extra close attention, which they would have no reason to, outside of metagaming.
I'm meta.
Nope, just going to rest a bit.
Alright, so you guys doing like just a 4-hour short rest?
Probably longer until it at least starts to get dark.
Okay. Well, if you're gonna wait till it's starting to get dark, yeah, I mean around 6, 8 o'clock, so between 4 2. So 4 to 6 hours or so, it would be starting to get dark.
Okay. Sounds good.
So is there anything in particular you guys are doing? I mean,
one thing that I will do is I'm going to do the speak with animals, speak with beasts ritual
okay.
quietly, and then just chat with the camel and get to know it. And, make good buddies with it.
Hold on.
Drew, right click on the D20, click on the 5 and roll me a 5 D20s. Okay. What were you gonna say, Kean?
I'm gonna cast tongues on myself.
Why?
Because then I can understand any spoken language.
Well, right, but what would make you actually want to do that?
Because it looks like he's conversing with this animal, and I know he's good with animals.
I've definitely been doing that.
Okay,
He's like he's making camel noises, Cliff. Come on.
And I mean, I also did earlier. I met it.
Okay.
Okay. Furthermore,
I don't know.
whenever I speak, any creature that knows at least one language can hear and understand what I'm saying.
I don't know that animals have, I don't know if that counts as a spoken language. Either way.
Beast speech? Because isn't it all encompassed in one? Like, there's not like camel language and there's not like lizard language. It's just beast speech.
I mean, I don't know that exists. If it does,
right?
I mean, the spell is speak with animals that I'm using, so it allows me to communicate with beasts, but it doesn't.
If that's the case, Cliff, I kind of want to cast it on the camel.
Okay.
That's lovely.
I think based on the definition, it would work actually because, like, the camel understands common.
Oh, does it?
I mean, it has to, at least to some degree, like as much as a dog would, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna what is it, Mills Lane? I'll allow it.
Great. So Balavar's over there just making funny noises and scratching it and giving it pets. And
Okay, so what are you actually
then it just
for my purposes?
depends what the camel's saying.
Cliff, I would like an RP session between Balavar and the camel.
Yes.
I mean, the camel isn't gonna say shit unless, like, it understands what Balavar's saying to it.
Mostly, I'm just kind of making sure it's good, checking in on it, making sure that the weight's not too heavy, offering to carry it once in a while, what it's carrying, or also the camel.
I can just imagine it like, are you talking to me.
Hungry, thirsty, get you whatever you need. That's all. Just kind of checking in on it.
You're really talking to me.
Oh dear.
Of course.
Anybody who's watching just sees the camel looking around nervously.
Meredith is like, he's like looking, but he's trying not to be obvious.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Why are you demeaning me?
It's you. I'm not demeaning you.
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. You need food? A little water? Any scratchy spots? Anyone here you don't like you'd like to spit at? I'll distract them.
No, I'm good on that front, but I could go for a little food.
Excellent. I'll, get the rations out. I mean, it's probably carrying its own, so.
How are you talking to me?
That's great, but
I'm good with animals.
But
How are you talking to me?
I don't know.
Same way I'm talking to you. I'll give it some scratches.
I gotta
talk
see
to
something
hill
real quick.
giants too.
I am not sure what the hill giant is.
It's like a bigger one of me. Yeah. Anyway, that's all. I'm just checking in on it.
So, did Marith say anything to allow everybody to hear what was going on? Or did you just keep that to yourself?
I'm keeping that to myself.
Your dirty little secret. So around this time, I mean, the sun is starting to go down. You see it's quickly getting very dark.
Bardrak checks on Ukto, see how she's doing.
She seems the same. Like, it doesn't seem like she's getting any better at all for some reason.
What happened to her?
I thought it was just seasickness.
Is she contagious? Can I do a medicine check?
Yeah.
Hey.
The closest you've ever seen to anybody in this situation was someone that was cursed.
Oh.
Oh.
Can I do an arcana or a magic check to see if I can identify anything of the magic?
Sure.
Or would that be insight?
Either arcana or you could do insight. I mean, it depends on if you're trying to see if it's a magical or if it's more of a natural.
I don't know. Aren't all curses magical by nature?
Well, I mean, if it is indeed a curse, yeah.
Okay, I'll use insight then and just see if I can see what I see.
You've never seen anything quite like this before, but it does remind you of old folk tales of sea hags.
Oh, that's not good. Did you guys run into anything weird on your journey on the ship? Like
Not that I can recall. We had some choppy waters at the end, but nothing.
Yeah, it got a little rough, but that was about it.
You didn't piss off a sea hag? You didn't encounter any, like a siren that screamed in your face or anything weird like that?
What's a sea hag?
So it's a little like a mermaid, but scarier. Think like a shriveled old lady with really long claws and sometimes tentacles, depending on the origin
If
in the
we saw
sea?
anything like that, I feel like we would remember, but I don't
I
recall anything.
hope you would, but this just seems like it's not a normal medical affliction. It seems like a curse. It sounds like these old folk tales they used to tell at the temple, and
Okay.
I don't know how to fix her.
Oh.
Is she conscious?
The entire trip she's been weaning in and out of consciousness.
I'm gonna grab her bag and hold it up to her and see if she says anything about what she wanted from it.
As of right now, she's out.
No.
And like the little bit of consciousness she has, she like just mutters, like she almost speaks incoherently.
Okay.
Probably not a good place to be cursed in the middle of a desert.
Most likely not.
You have to head back to the Mages Guild at some point. Unless it gets worse.
Do you think it can get worse?
Has she gotten worse over the past however long she's been like this?
Has
It's remained constant pretty much since
Okay, so
Hmm.
it's pretty stagnant. Just
Well, I don't know. It's not something I can do. What do you guys think? Do we press on?
I don't see what other choice we have. I mean, we're this close, and it's another, day and a half, 2 days back to the city.
Okay.
Get rest now, right?
Oh, you guys already rested.
Okay. Then we should get going.
Is anyone injured currently?
No, I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Okay. Well, then we should press on. Cliff, is it like the sun? Is it about to set?
Yeah, the sun is setting right now. You guys are losing daylight like by the second here.
Okay.
So by the time you guys pack up gear and everything, the sun is already set.
We're gonna get just outside of range of their temple, and Divian has volunteered to go ahead, scout it out, and see what he can find. From there, we should be able to plan an effective attack while we still have the element of surprise.
Okay.
All right.
You guys are still about a half day's journey or so away. So, I mean, it'll be probably just starting to be sun up by the time you guys get there.
Vardrak hops up on Asha and starts heading, continuing the direction they've been heading.
Everybody go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okie doke.
But Cliff, I'm not good with those.
Excellent.
Oh!
Fuck.
Nat 20!
Marith, can I go ahead and get another 20? And Bacta, can I get another 22, please?
Yeah!
Those are good.
What has Marith so distracted on this trip?
Vakta. Very distracted. Like, it's not like he's not like
That ass.
He's staring at my butt.
no, actually. He's
But he's like-
very like
That ass.
fixated on
That
Just
ass.
her, like not that ass.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna say that ass, but
Right.
Sure, I mean to anybody who doesn't know why, it's
He's like, that
definitely-
personality.
like it
but also
definitely
that
looks
ass."
like he's like fawning after her, but he's not. But it looks like it for sure.
And what's Vardrak doing
I
about
was going to say Vardrak's rolling a perception check. He already did though, and it wasn't great.
Herdruck is looking very uncharacteristically focused on things that are not Vakta and is looking just straight ahead.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time he was focused on Vakta?
Well, you can roll to see because there's actually been some time.
Hey, she just rolled a 20 and a 19 roll on her perception checks. She would have noticed something.
That's just for this.
Mhm.
No, I'm just always aware. You know, 'cause I was almost a were rat.
Oh my god.
So,
I know you all hate me. It's fine.
that you just pulled.
so Devian and Vakta. After you guys have been traveling for about 11 hours or so, the sun's starting to come up over the eastern front, and blocking the sun, you guys see the silhouette of Orcus.
That ass though.
I'm immediately alerting Vardrak to this.
I am pulling out my bow and I run forward a few feet.
You're running towards it?
Well, like in front of the group so I don't shoot
I
anything.
got this shit!
Ladies and gentlemen, the Darwinism Award.
I think someone already won that one.
Aww.
Oh, too soon.
How dare
You
you?
can't hold the award if you're dead, okay?
R.I.P. 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 R.I.P.
I thought it usually was a postmortem.
You have a point. You have a point.
I suddenly really miss Belvine.
Aww.
Aw, I gotta make a bold shit.
And Burakai.
Stop it!
Burakai!
Oh,
I miss that stupid dragon more than I
Little
miss my
bunny
own
rocks.
character.
I miss the time he saved me.
Vardrak is gonna pull out his hammer and it looks like it instantly ignites. And he's like, yeah, and starts riding forward. Heading towards what seems to be the silhouette.
Oh my fucking god.
What's everybody else doing?
Yes.
That's a big cat.
Really concerned. Calcifer.
Tell Bob to get away from the computer.
He's gonna break it.
Gonna
He's
blow
not
up
gonna
now.
break
God
the
damn it.
computer.
So,
Put me a cat.
Bacta,
Eat me.
Devian, you see the silhouette of Orcus. Devian takes point with his bow drawn.
I like
Bacta, you let Vardrak know, and he just takes off, going straight towards him. What's everybody else doing?
They pointed out the Orcus.
Yeah, I don't think we see it, do we?
Well, I mean, if Vakta told Vardrak about it, she's not very subtle.
And it's just like a big image in the distance, or it looks like it's Orcus.
It looks like a silhouette of Orcus. It looks like what you saw.
When she points it out.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
bet it's just
Oh,
a
okay.
statue.
That doesn't look great. Shall we
I'm
hide?
gonna call it now that it's a statue and not actually him.
You'll know.
Is it moving?
It won't be for long.
I bet it's not because it's a statue.
Is it moving at all?
They're trying to kill a statue.
Cliff?
From what you can tell, it doesn't really look like it is.
Because it's a statue.
Maybe it's a mirage and we're all hallucinating at the same time.
Kill
It
the
does seem
mirage!
most likely. I say proceed.
I'm going to close my eyes and just hope that the sand becomes cotton candy, and that would be really great.
Okay. I'm sorry. Go away.
Kitty.
Evian throws off his hood. He grabs the mask that's behind his head, puts it on his face, and he sees if he can spot any weaknesses on this target.
From the distance you're at, you cannot.
This Soldier 76 motherfucker right I've got you in my sight. Visor down.
Oh my god.
Everybody go ahead and roll me initiative.
Whack.
What?
Whack. Whack.
Bet you till you.
I will not. You can't make me.
Ah,
Oh, now this isn't gonna load for me.
it is a statue. Look at that. It's a statue.
So as you guys take off, well, as Bartrock takes off going towards it, the closer you get, you start seeing these buildings appear, and you notice that this giant statue of Orcus standing in the middle of this building.
I called it.
Vardrak is going to immediately kind of pull back on Asha and stop right there. And he's just going to kind of observe and then just kind of turn around and start going back out of view. He's going to gesture for Divian to go back.
Called it.
Yeah, I start taking a few steps back until I can just see the statue, and I'm gesturing everybody to back up with me.
And Vardrak says, I would say that judging by the size of that giant statue that we're here.
Really?
And by
Time
the
of
way,
day is it?
Baksa,
Wow.
It's a statue. You're welcome.
By now, right now it's about 7 or so at night. Like the sun is starting to set. I'm sorry, it's sunrise. It's like 7 in the morning. The sun is just now starting to rise, and it's rising behind this statue.
Stay here.
Well, that's
do it.
tacky.
You want to do your thing?
Wait, hold on. What's happening?
As we discussed, Divian's going to scout the area.
Okay, do you want a little bit of help with that? I have something that could help you in that situation.
Yes, it's called Balavar.
Well, that's
Balavar,
Divian.
no.
It's not called Balavar.
Divian may be a better scout. That could be true.
Marith will walk over to Devian, and I'm going to cast Greater Invisibility on him. This will give you a minute.
Devian, you're very sneaky. I already can't see where you went.
Give you a minute of invisibility. If you need to do anything, do it now. Get into a good spot.
As soon as he says it will give me a minute, he takes off towards the town.
You feel like this whoosh of wind.
So just for the sake of continuity, how far away from the town were you guys when you backed up?
I can't see the map. This has to be someone else's call.
You still can't see it?
No, it's not gonna load for me.
Did you close the other ones?
Yeah.
And it still isn't loading?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Your scout's in blind. So
It's not me.
I can see the thumbtacks that you have.
you could see seriously, you can see the thumbtacks, but not the map.
Yeah.
How does that even fucking work? Hold on, here we go.
Sent me, but no, send him. That'd be fine.
Can do it without you.
It's not letting me do what I wanted to do. I mean, I sent it to you guys. You guys should have it.
I know, but are our little pieces on here?
Oh, no, you guys are not. That's what I was trying to say is how far away, because you guys said once you realized it was a statue, you backed off. How far away were you guys?
Gotcha.
That depends on how close you would have to be based off of the size of the statue to realize, yes, it is in fact just a statue and this is a town that they've been looking for.
I mean, once you guys got over one of the sand dunes, I mean, you were probably a good 100 feet away or so.
This is probably the town of Asphale that the Assen Covenant made. That I was told about.
Yes, indeed.
Appears to be that they might be worshippers of Orcus.
Yep.
No.
And Bolivar, we have...
I think they are.
Bolivar, there's something that we need to do. And this is an order for our friend Divian, who is scouting for us right now. But I feel that we should help him in this.
Yes, knock over that statue.
Oh, more than that. He's been ordered by Death herself to make sure that every member of this cult is murdered.
You plan in secret, don't
That's
you?
also my mission.
I'm hearing of this.
He only spoke of it the night before.
Why weren't we all cued in on this?
Well, I didn't tell you of my mission to murder them all.
No, you didn't.
What happened to the communication that we've talked about?
That's why I'm sharing this with
no
you.
one told me my mission either.
Usually you share before the plan goes through. This is like mid-plan.
The plan has not gone through. We're scouting. We haven't
No.
set a battle plan at all.
Oh my lord. Yeah, let's just stand in the middle of this town.
We're not going
No
into the
ways
town.
out. That's why we sent our scout. He'll
Yes.
come back and tell us, and we'll see.
So-
Perhaps we can sneak
Right,
in.
and if something
Is it
happens...
every
Murder them
member-
one by one.
Wait. Is it every member of the temple we have to kill, or every member of the town around the temple?
Yes.
I believe they're one and the same.
Yes, this was set up by that cult.
There's no common folk here at all.
I believe that's correct from all the rumors I heard.
And all of them have to die. All of them.
According to the Raven Queen, yes.
I mean, like, I'm not against killing, but that's a lot of people.
This is why I don't align myself with gods. This is the exact reason why I don't align myself with gods.
Thank you!
Well, whether you do or don't, the end is going to come just the same.
Yes. So, why? Why all of this bloodshed? Why all of this fighting for nothing? Death comes for everyone.
I don't
At this
assume.
point, I'm just addicted to the kill.
I don't.
That's fine, at least you're honest.
I think these are evil cultists. Murderers and stuff.
Many different things make up evil and good.
Yes,
In someone's eyes, you are the bad one. And you are quite bad.
a lot of people's eyes. I think I'm a bad one.
Is Bolivar the bad?
Yes.
Yep.
A demon lord is not really something that any deity is wanting to return to this plane right now.
No evildoer sees themselves as evil.
I'm pretty sure Orcus does.
I think Orcus
Yeah, but he has his own.
loves that he is evil. Hence
True.
the demon lord portion. There's something he
Right.
strived for.
Right, but what I'm saying is this eternal conflict between Tiamat and Behemoth, I mean, it's a conversation for another time, but I would at least like to be cued in when I'm going to be involved in a crusade of sorts. This was not what I signed up for.
Look,
I signed up for retrieving an artifact.
I do not presume to know the thinking of a god, but I would assume, if anything, that she would like to make sure that none of Orcus's followers can pick up where any of them leave off.
That's fine. I would just like to have been cued in before. Don't tell me this is before, because it is not before. Scouting is not before.
It was not my orders to give. It was not my mission
Yes.
handed
Well
to
said,
me
Hardrock.
by the Raven.
But we should all be cued in, regardless if it's your plan or not. If I'm going with you, I want to know.
So then when Vivian comes back, you can take it up with him as it is his direct mission.
Let
But
Toke
you
Ducks
knew
come back.
about it.
Yes.
So for everyone's safety involved, why wouldn't you disclose that information?
How did it risk anyone's safety?
Excuse me, do you see where we are at the moment?
Yes.
Yes.
And you know why we're here and what we're after.
Exactly. I can give you about a couple hours before this is swarming with cultists. It directly puts our safety to the wind. Everyone here that didn't know about that before.
You're thinking
we haven't had
that
proper time to prepare. I would have prepared something. We could have gone in here more prepared than we are now. But no, you didn't cue me into any of this information.
so you're thinking
You're gonna
that
get used to this real fast.
No, I'm not. Because something's gonna change.
Oh, I like you.
If you want to be
Hardrock is
prepared,
looking
if you-
greatly impatient.
if you want to be prepared, if you want to be ready for a situation as best as you can be, let me know where we are going, what we are doing, because I will be able to prepare. I can't do this at the
drop of a
something.
hat.
Yes, that.
Are you finished?
Or the drop of a hood.
If you tell me the same thing again,
Are you finished?
sure, go ahead.
So you're assuming the plan is just to ride in here with this not army and to attack a bunch of cultists head on because you have it already formed in your head that is the plan.
No, I'm
Us
assuming that
versus
you
all
went
of
to
them, all
scout
of them.
something.
That
This is this is the first I've heard about killing a whole bunch of cultists. What I thought we were doing was going in and stealing a Necronomicon. Okay,
Yes.
that's
Why
what
would-
you said we
would
were
you-
doing.
Why would you assume that stealing a Necronomicon would not be met with any resistance, though?
Well,
Thank
he
you, Randall.
probably figured,
Because I
you
assumed
fancy
that the
visibility
scout
stuff.
would be able to be sneaky. I don't know.
Yeah.
What are we here for then?
Okay,
Moral support?
look. Everyone,
I'm sorry, are you familiar with bards?
I know, but you aren't
Not
the only
really.
one in this group if you haven't
Thought
noticed.
about being one, though.
We specialize in different things. And
We
there's
do.
a reason we have
And some of us do
giant
specialize
warriors
in
with
moral
us.
support, right?
That's a
But
good
if
roll.
I'm going to support like
Hardrock
that,
yells,
I need to
everyone
know-
shut the fuck up! And he is trying to actively intimidate everyone present.
I wasn't doing anything.
Doesn't matter. Are you present?
If you do not have a +4 to intimidation, you don't even need to roll. You're intimidated.
Poor
I have a
Hannibal.
+5.
Okay, you could roll for it.
What do I roll?
Roll
Straight out
intimidation.
Intimidation?
Oh yeah.
Okay. No.
Good rule, though.
Jack of all trades, bitch.
Anybody else?
That's a good skill.
Wait, we have to roll intimidation to resist intimidation?
I'm going to roll with my -1. Because that makes sense.
I thought intimidation was strength. Is that a different version? of
Huge, scary.
Well, intimidation
thing,
is technically charisma.
That
It-
doesn't make me.
Technically.
In
I
other
mean-
versions, it was definitely
Sometimes when people write rules, they don't think of things.
Yeah.
Hey, Cliff,
Yeah.
counter charm?
Your call.
I'm gonna roll anyway for the fuck of it.
If you don't have a +4, don't roll. You can't beat it.
That's for the fuck of it. Everyone else did.
So everybody but Devian is actively intimidated at this point.
Ow.
Devian, go ahead and give me a perception check. Okay. Continue.
So I'm gonna use counter charm. How this is gonna work is Meredith pulls out his lute And much like Miguel in
Oh, no.
Road to El Dorado,
Oh no.
he starts strumming wildly.
God, I took my ukulele to work, so I can't even.
Oh my god.
So it's
Ah.
to disrupt mind influencing effects. As an action, you can start a performance that lasts until the end of your next turn. During that time, you and any friendly creature within 30 feet of you have advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed. The creature must be able to hear you to gain this benefit. The performance ends early if you are incapacitated or silenced, or you voluntarily end it.
Go ahead and give me another roll then.
Okay, well, it's on saving throws.
Well, yeah. Just go ahead. You can do an intimidation roll on it. We'll see if it's gonna
With
if it makes any
advantage?
difference. Well, no, because
Right.
you already rolled it once, so we'll just take the higher of the two.
What? Okay,
I mean, you already rolled it once.
sure.
Now it just sounds like you're making a soundtrack for him yelling at you.
Great.
Shut the fuck up!
No, this doesn't work if I cannot explain what is happening. We are here because they have not yet found the Necronomicon. The leader of these assholes is the person we need to get to see if he knows where it is. And if he does, we need to beat that information out of him and beat them to recovering that book. Now, once we have the book, Divian needs to then kill every other cultist that was following him.
To make sure they don't find that book.
Yes, or try to follow us, or alert Orcus, or whatever that may be. I don't know.
Or fix the statue after we knock it down.
But regardless, he has to do this by orders of the Raven Queen, or he's dead. And I said before we left, we work as a unit. So I'm not leaving him to do this alone. That is why I was letting you know in case he did not tell you. And clearly he did not. So if you want to take it out on anyone, take it out on him.
Nobody's taking out anything on anyone.
Fardrak turns around and he's just looking over the sand dune to see if he sees any commotion or signs of Divian.
Okay, sideways flash. Divian, you get granted this greater invisibility and you just take off running. As you run into the town, you see that these are like makeshift tents built up. There's a couple actual solid foundation buildings, but you could tell that this place was constructed kind of haphazardly. As you're going, you could see that there's a path in front of you that V's off, with buildings to the far right, in the center, to the left, and then off in the distance towards your left, you see that there's the temple where the statue is.
Do I see people at the temple?
You do not see anybody.
Okay. First choice would be run to the temple.
Okay, so you're beelining straight down toward the left path, straight to the temple. As you get to it, you see that this temple, it was built out of a rock that does not seem native to the surroundings. It looks like this temple has been here for a long time, far longer than these buildings have. Throughout your entire run to this temple, you have not seen anybody.
I'm assuming the temple has like windows carved into it.
There's no windows that you can see in it. You see that there's a door, and there's an overhang that looks like it spans the entire perimeter of it, but you don't see any windows.
I'm trying to slowly open the door.
You plan on stealthing or anything?
Yeah, stealth.
The door, it has a little bit of a hold to it, so you kind of have to use a little force to push it open. And as you do, the sound of the door creaking open echoes throughout the halls of this place. As you look into it, you see that dead in front of you, there is an archway that opens up into a courtyard. And inside the courtyard, you can see the bottom half of this giant statue standing in this fountain of red liquid.
I'm going to command my raven to go in and stay near the entrance while I go and find a place around the back of the temple.
Okay. You're having it stay where? Like right where you're at?
Right where the entrance is.
Okay.
And once I get to the back of the temple to hide, I'm gonna control my raven and travel throughout the temple with it.
Okay, by back of the temple, do you mean like in the courtyard itself, or are you actually going like through the corridors?
Yeah, through the corridors.
You yourself, not your raven.
No, the Devian's going to go hide somewhere outside the temple. He's leaving the raven inside of it.
Okay, so you're going back out the way you came then.
Right.
Okay. So as you do that, you can hide behind one of the buildings that are there, and you send your raven through, and I assume you're using the raven's vision.
Right.
And as you go through, the temple itself is empty. You see that there are, for the most part, the rooms are completely empty. It doesn't look like people left in a haste. It looks like this was a planned exit. But the entire temple is empty.
Devian's gonna run back to the entrance of the temple, open the door, and command his raven to come back to him.
And as you reach out to open the door, you see your hand.
All right. After my raven comes back to me, I'm going back to that hiding spot. And once I get back there, I am going to cast Pass Without a Trace on myself.
And what's that do?
Whoop, the wrong one. Pass Without a Trace. A veil of shadow and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection for the duration. Each creature you choose within 30 feet has a +10 bonus to dexterity.
Okay.
And there's no cast for that. It's just...
Okay, so you cast it on yourself, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what?
I'm going to head back through the town.
And as you start heading back, you hear off in the distance, "Everyone shut the fuck up!"
I'm gonna look over to see where Vardrak and the group was standing, and do I see them like?
No, they're like on the other side of a dune. You can't see them from where you are.
Okay. Do I see any reaction in town from that?
You do not.
I'm gonna make my way back to the group, but on the way, look inside each of the tents and buildings.
Okay, give me a perception check. Are you looking for anything in particular?
People.
Throughout the entire way back up, through all the tents and makeshift homes that you see that you can actually look into, you do not see anybody.
All right, I'm gonna finish heading back to the group.
All right, so Vardrak, as you turn around after addressing the group and begin looking over towards the city, you see Devian coming over the dune, heading in your guys' direction.
There he is. He's returning.
Oh, thank God.
The village is empty. The temple's empty. There's no people here. I think we should go investigate right now as a group and cover more ground quicker.
That sounds like a trap.
They're either hidden around somewhere, or there's some secret doors somewhere, or perhaps they're off. Like, we know their village is here, but doesn't necessarily mean Necronomicon is.
Right.
Can we try and track them?
We need to find some kind of information
Yes.
leading to the Necronomicon inside this village.
They probably figured out where it was, and that's why they left.
That's what
That,
I'm thinking.
or they're hidden here somewhere.
I don't
Okay.
think they're hidden here.
Before we go in, can I just take 10 minutes to ensure that we're at least a little bit more safe?
By
Sure.
all means.
Yes.
Cool. He pulls out his lute, and begins to play. I have a song for this.
Thrash metal.
Orc metal.
He's like, the world is ours! The world is ours! And what the fuck are you singing?
It's one of our greatest love songs.
I actually, he turns to Devian and asks him to join him with his flute.
Oh.
Songs in the Discord.
Friendship.
Friendship.
You're gonna ask Balavar to join? You're fucking rude.
Right?
Buds.
I'm not
Yes.
sure if his instrument ability is yet.
Should use all of our bards. Well, repeat.
Right. And I'm going to use Inspiring Leader. And I need to target people, so hold on. Do up to 6 friendly creatures. So does it count myself? Can I do myself?
You would be one of the 6. And I don't think I don't have Balavar or Reyna in here, do I? Bad DM.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including myself. Here's the thing. Oh, it does. It goes up to what I need it to. Okay. Cool. Hopefully that gives yes.
Everybody gets 15 hit points except for Ukto, who's dying, just laying there. Cool. She
Well,
don't need no hit points or anything. It's fine.
Rude.
Okay.
she got me a ring.
She's unconscious. Listen, it's fine.
Everyone in the group's like,
She's unconscious, so she can't listen.
Exactly. There you go. She can't hear me.
I mean, plants can hear you, so I'm sure that sleeping people can.
So it doesn't require me to roll for performance, but I feel like we should with an assist, maybe.
I mean, your partner there already rolled, so go ahead.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did great.
That's why you fucking wait, dude. You're supposed to just assist to give me advantage. What the hell is wrong with you?
There you go.
Ew.
Oh,
What? Playing you under the table, bro.
So,
Oh my god.
so you start off with just this slow strumming, and Devian busts out his lute. Or his flute, sorry, and he's like, and then you immediately like stand up and just start strumming louder.
You don't hear that?
Bass player, you just tune him out. It's fine. Just play louder.
And do you say anything, or is it just purely music?
It's purely music. It's very inspiring. I feel like words would get in the way of it.
Okay.
It's so romantic.
That ass.
True.
So yeah, so as the song starts playing and you guys are, at first you guys are like, especially Vardrak, you're like impatient, like this is a waste of time. What are we doing? But after a few seconds of the music coursing through you guys, you just start feeling this vigor and this strength build up.
Yeah, he starts kind of like feeling it, and he's like in his own head. You can just you just see his like head nodding. He's like looking focused, and you can only imagine what's going on in his head. And let me see here. Anyone? Let me make sure I have this correct. Yeah, anyone within 10 feet of him gets a
10-foot radius, or
10-foot radius of him is getting a +4 to all saving throws.
is there like something you like cast to like make that happen, or?
Nope, technically it's just became active since he leveled, but he hasn't really been himself, and then it's just kind of motivated him back into his mood of paladinship.
Firing leader.
Like, oh yeah, paladins are like technically supposed to help people, aren't they? Technicalities. All right, so you guys are fucking raring to go at this point. Feel sorry for anybody that's in this town.
Yes, we're gonna go invite them to tea.
All right, so hey, let's not move the whole fucking thing. All right, so everybody is within 10 feet of you. I would assume at this point. I don't think you guys are all like standing out way crazy. So everybody gets that +4. How long does it last for?
That is permanent as long as he's conscious.
What?
It's paladin, dude.
Like
aura of protection.
I was surprised we didn't have something like that before. Yeah, paladins typically give some pretty sweet auras.
Mm-hmm. It only took longer because I dipped into sorcerer.
Yeah. Is that one you just picked up there?
Yeah.
Devian walks in front of the group and he's like, "Stay with me till we get into the town, so you won't be noticed if there's anyone watching." And he starts to walk forward.
Bardrock's really good at listening to stuff like that.
Bardrock is walking directly behind Devian as he leads.
Marath puts away his loot and makes sure to stick close.
Still can't see the town. It's really irritating.
Fix your internet.
For anyone that can speak Draconic, Bardrock looks back at Asha and says, "Stay with Ukto." And then she turns and like circles around the Campbell a few times and then plops down right in front of it.
All right, and you guys head off into the village. What is your guys' game plan with this? You guys sticking together? You guys splitting up?
Let's not get surrounded.
Well, Devian said to follow him, so apparently he knows something.
You're following the dude who doesn't have a map. That's cool.
He's been in and been out. Hey.
He ain't see shit, though.
You tell us that. He's sounding pretty confident right now.
Follow me, guys. I got this.
As we're walking into the town, Devian like leans his head over his shoulder. He says, "As long as you're with me right now, there's an extremely low chance that the enemy will be able to spot you."
Why is that?
One of the spells that I'm casting. We can take a longer time to loot this place together. hit each house thoroughly, or we could split up to cover more ground quickly. But if we split up, anyone not near me will lose this protection that I offer.
Splitting up is a bad idea in case it is.
Yes, let's stick together.
Mhm.
What was that spell you're casting?
Cast without a trace.
I don't think it works that way.
Veil of Shadows.
Well, it does now.
You.
It works how Devian says it works.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it says at the time of duration. Okay, or at the time of casting and duration. Okay, that's really weird for a cast spell like that. It's usually only like bard spells that have like they don't have to be near you when you cast it for it to work.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're good. Go ahead. Whatever you guys want to do. Your fucking world. I'm just here.
Bolivar, can you track to see what direction they went in?
Jeez, wow. Freaking good.
What'd you say,
Bolivar's
John?
Oh, I was asking Bolivar if he could detect or track where the people of the city went.
Well, I'll take a look. Devian's probably better at that, but it'll help. I'm going to be looking, while Bolivar's walking, he's looking at the ground, noticing he is not leaving tracks,
Yeah, you're
and
not.
is very perplexed.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, I think that's what it says.
Yeah, you leave no tracks behind.
Yeah, you leave no tracks, and you can't even be tracked except by magical means.
Yeah.
I think that's...
Oh,
leaves behind
interesting.
no or traces of its passage. Yeah, that's an incredibly good spell.
Which makes no sense because it only gives you a plus 10. If you rolled a 1, it's only 11. That's not really that good.
Well, that's why it's like the magic that's concealing.
Yeah, I gotcha. I understand. I didn't read that far into it. That's
I mean,
pretty
they
awesome, though.
see you and hear you. They just, wouldn't
See your footprints. Like, bro, I see you, but you don't see my tracks.
I'm not here. Look, I'm not. There's no trace of me, except you. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll take a look for tracks, look for activity, see like if there's any, peeking ahead in some of the buildings, looking for any signs of like recent fires, recent like smells of food, or like recent, like if these are these like homes?
Some of them are.
So just peeking in some, just gonna look for any sort of clues, do a little bit of investigation maybe.
If Devian sees you doing that, he's gonna assist you.
Go ahead and do a if you're searching for tracks, do a nature check with advantage.
Sure. The rest of
or sorry, survival check with advantage.
Probably more important, but we'll start with that, I guess. But yeah, otherwise looking for hints of recent life here.
Okay. Go ahead and where are you guys moving to first? Since how Devian can't follow suit, I guess Bolivar take point and wherever Bolivar goes, I assume the rest of you are going to.
Closest building.
Yeah. Oh, there we are. Hi.
Yeah, so I mean, looking through the windows, you see no sign of life. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. From what you can tell, as much as what Devian could tell earlier, it doesn't look like they left in any sort of a hurry.
I'm gonna walk into this larger building next to it.
Okay, and as you walk in, this looks like it was an inn, or it looks like it is an inn, but it doesn't appear that there's anybody in there.
Excellent. I'm gonna look for some booze. Look for supplies, look for food, check the kitchen. Does it look like there's fresh food in there, like in supplies, or does it look like it's completely out?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, by the way, I definitely put my armor on before we approach this freaking sketch ass village.
I too put on my armor.
Good thinking, Bolivar.
Devian still has his mask on.
Put my loincloth back on.
Okay.
Stay a little nice and brief. Look.
It is getting night right now, so that would be a little cold.
Yeah, quite refreshing.
Oh yeah, you're fucking Goliath.
Yes.
Yeah. So as you walk in, the food seems like it's a couple days old that you find in there. There's nothing that's already pre-prepared,
Mhm.
but you do see that there's like bread and whatnot that's a little stale, but it's still edible.
How clean is the place? Does it look like dishes left out, dirty dishes, and so on, or mugs sitting out, anything on the tables, or does it look like cleaned up completely for the night?
No, it looks like it was cleaned up completely.
Okay.
Devin's gonna go check inside the rooms of the inn. See if we
Well,
can find any anything that any people have left behind.
Give me a perception check.
strongly suspect left within a couple days ago. Not in a rush, so likely planned. But it does look like they left quite a few supplies behind, so probably anticipating a return or could not carry it. But this looks like
Necronomicon's here and they don't have anyone guarding it. This feels like a trap.
I don't
yes.
think it's here. I'm
Well,
thinking
why are we
entire
here?
town left. It's because they must have found it and they're using all their manpower to try and dig it up.
That seems potential, or it's just time of worship time of the night, and they're all in the giant orca statue, which is really their temple.
That's
Or
also
beneath.
possible.
Vivian, did you check the temple at all?
I just checked to see if there were any people at first. Seeing how there was no people, I figured it would be best for the rest of us to come and look at anything that I might have missed by myself. But the temple was going to be my first option to go check with the rest of the group.
Yes. Let's go there. Where is that?
Devian leads them to the temple.
Before you go to the temple, go ahead and give me a D10, Sin.
Which one's 10? This one?
You're dead instantly. No. So, throughout searching all the rooms, all the bags, everything inside the temple that you guys could think to search, you guys managed to find 240 silver pieces and 80 gold.
It looks like you roll a D8. I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's a D8.
No, it's a 3 now, so that's what you guys fucking found.
I was gonna say, he just wasn't looking that hard.
So 240 silver pieces,
Literally about
80
to
gold
mention.
pieces, however you guys want to divide that up.
Yeah. Is there a way that you can just split it
Yes,
to the group?
I sure can.
That would be awesome.
And Alyssa, thank you for the 6 months. And go ahead and give me a exclamation point roll 20 and tell me who you want it to go towards. Ooh. Who's it going towards?
Oh my god. Of course she does.
I don't want anyone to hate me.
She's very consistent, at least, right?
I'll take it.
Give it to Cliff.
It has to go to a player. That's been one of the rules.
Give it to the
for this.
GM. But you said earlier that you said it was funny because we could have given you the reverse roll.
No, I never said that.
And we want to be fair to you, Cliff.
Yeah, keep it fair to you, Cliff.
Never once did I say that.
I thought you said that.
No.
I'm pretty sure you said that.
I did not. We can
What
check
is
those
one on the
rules.
table?
No one knows.
Oh,
That's the beauty of it.
yay.
I'm gonna
I know
start
what
writing
the
these
date
down.
I've been changing it every for the last 2 sessions now. I've been changing it,
Okay, good.
so it's all random. What did I say here? 240 silver, 80 gold. 80 gold. 240 silver.
Let's make John hate me.
Aww.
Sorry, Varjak.
Aww.
John already hates you.
Stop shaking your head at me.
No, I'm gonna sit here judging. It's fine.
There you go. You guys all got your goodies.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, money.
Except you gave the 16 gold. You gave my share to Siri.
Uh-oh.
Oh well, I guess you don't get any. That's the money that
offering.
Excuse
That-
me.
John
Excuse me.
John took your share and donated
No.
it in his honor.
No, I'm standing right there.
It's for a good cause, Mary.
No, Marathon is out.
Pay Merritt. He's pretty and deserves it.
It's like, I don't give a damn about your dead friend.
Damn.
57. All right, there you go. I gave it to you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You said you're giving this to John?
Sorry.
John, go ahead and give me a D4. Thank you. All right. So you guys looted there. You got your money. What's your plan? Is to move to the temple now?
Yes.
That's where the temple is, Sam. In case you're curious.
I can see.
Okay, so you guys all moved to the temple. The door's already left ajar from when Divian was there last time.
Make sure we loot the rest of this place, though.
Livin's just gonna walk straight up and open the door.
That's sneaky.
He's very sneaky.
As far as he knows, there's still no one here.
Hide around the corner a little bit.
And go as far back into the temple as I can and start looking through every room.
All right, and so are you guys all sticking together, still like Scooby Doo in each room, or how are you guys doing this?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, except I'm trying to go on the bottom
Fuck out of
and
this.
then make everybody put their heads above mine, including Reyna, so she's going to have to climb on my back.
So you guys decide who's doing the perception check, and they get to do it at advantage.
I can do perception.
Yes.
If this was Scooby Doo, who would be who though?
No, we're not getting into that discussion at 11:27.
Does anyone?
I'm fine
else?
with Vivian doing it.
Rakta is Daphne. I think I'm Velma.
I know
I'm
it's
cool.
sad.
Not
Siri,
Daphne.
Siri and Barakai could have been.
I need a snack.
They could have. Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah. Feels bad.
Fran wasn't that much of a stoner.
Bardrock is Fred.
Cliff,
without
did
a
that
doubt.
roll?
Yeah. You got a 32.
Fred.
I can't.
Belivar is
The
My
beefcake
roll is
airhead,
showing
he's
up
Fred.
now.
Yeah,
Oliver's-
Bardak's definitely Fred.
Belivar is Scooby.
Yes.
All right, so you guys.
I said that. I want snacks.
So as you guys are rummaging through, when you get near the back of the temple, you hear like a rustling sound that comes by one of the nearby shut doors.
Instead of Scooby Snacks, Scooby Bolivar bites.
That's just wonderful. Yes. I'll do anything for Bolivar bite.
I gotta go soon, like real soon. Just so you know, Cliff.
So you guys hear a rustling in a room.
No, we don't. We're laughing.
I would have
Someone
gotten
take
away with it too.
But Bolivar's head.
Meddling tieflings. Well, not all tieflings. You guys suck.
What?
And your Goliath.
We're just laughing as we get surrounded by people.
Pretty much.
Devin's going to like try to get Vardrock to come over, like as he has his hand on the door. He tells Vardrock like, "I hear something," and he like
What is it?
waits for Vardrock to like ready as I open the door.
Vardruk's
Should
going.
share this information with the rest of us.
We're
Vardruk,
all right next to each other. I assume that.
yeah,
Good.
Yeah, I
Vardruk
think we all hear him. Like,
kind of like gesture for the door, like to get everyone's attention, and then he's going to slip on his ring of invisibility and ready his weapon.
Vivian, once he sees that, he's gonna quickly open the door and like pull out his bow to see what's inside.
As you guys open the door,
I pull out my loot.
oh shit!
Yes, play suspenseful music.
As you guys open the door, you see that there is a child in there that looks to be about 10 years old, and he looks scared out of his mind.
Oh, we have to kill him.
And
Is he
that's
standing there? Is he in a cage? Is he?
he's in
Yeah,
a.
like,
It's a
what is-
room. This is like an actual like you've reached like a bedroom. It seems like.
Like, what's the kid doing? Is he just
Human child, tiefling child.
He's a human child. And
Gross.
he's like on the bed, like cowering.
I thought we were at the entrance to the temple. Were we actually in it a little bit?
Oh yeah, you guys went searching through the temple.
Okay. I think I totally missed that. I thought we were still at the end. Oh, okay. So we've been searching through. We heard the noise through this particular room.
Correct.
Okay. We've been, of course, looting the temple if there is, or defacing.
You guys have been looking for goods, yes.
And
Okay.
any sort of scrolls that they might have. These culty people like their scrolls.
And yeah, so you see this human child on the bed, like basically like pulling the covers up, like hiding from you guys. And that's where we're gonna call it for the night.
I mean, it's a human child. We have to kill it for the greater good.
Well, Deviant, what you gotta do?
I don't think
I
good.
mean, we're supposed to kill all of them, but at the same time, it's a child.
Deviant, as
Yeah.
no one stops him.
We'll have to just see what happens next time.
She just a pair of arrows hit the sheets and then a red spot that starts expanding.
No.
Very, very likely that's not what would happen.
Like, well, this room's clear. Close it back.
Flip.
Got him.
Nice.
So yeah, so thanks everybody playing tonight. I appreciate you guys all making it out here. Hopefully you guys can make it next. Oh fuck no, because now Melissa's not gonna be here next week. We cannot get a full game. It's impossible. I don't think it's gonna work.
I could be here, but it would be around 9:30.
So like, I think you should do that. I'm partial, but
I think you should do that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I think
Only-
I think it'd be
only-
better you to miss an hour and a half than to miss 3.5.
Yeah, and that's a rough estimate because I don't know how. I'm going out to a school and I don't know how long it's gonna be.
Well, just I mean, if you guys are gonna kill the kid in here, I mean, thanks to
If they kill the kid and I'm not there, just make sure that Vakta is looking away and not watching because I'm not having no part of
Oh,
killing children.
There are gonna be some initiative rolls if people go to shoot the kid.
See this first.
Someone's gonna get stabbed.
Well, like Meredith, this is a good practice for you. This guy's easy.
No,
It's supposed to be about
no, you obviously don't know my character.
thanks to everybody that played tonight. I appreciate you guys making it out here. Thank you to John and to Melissa for renewing their subscriptions for the 6th month in a row. Ooh. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thanks to everybody that popped in and watched. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself as much as we enjoyed playing. Well, I guess I can't speak for everybody, but I'm going to because fuck it. I had fun.
Yeah.
I think that this is going to lead to some interesting happenings next week. So, yeah, Melissa, if you can make it, that would be good.
I will do my best and keep you guys updated. I'm sorry that work things got in the way.
Nah, life definitely happens. Don't worry about it.
Libraries.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit jaded that you're fucking ditching us for a library, but I mean, well, you know,
They're making me go to a school and talk to children.
that sounds
Yay.
horrible.
Uh,
Sorry.
It's like that's my job or something.
It's almost like that's your job.
Yeah, it's almost like I'm a youth librarian.
That sounds terrible.
Ugh.
You should have been like a cop or something.
No.
Hey, the Kraken is kicking in, and my improv is not. So
A cop or something.
cop or something. Hey, so thanks again, everybody popped in here. We're gonna go ahead and do a little raid here. Fucking FaZe decided he doesn't want to be on a Thursday, so I can't raid him. So we're gonna go ahead and hit Uzi up. Thank you guys again. I'll be back on tomorrow night at 8 p.m. playing something. If all you care about is D&D, then be here next week at 8 p.m. Thursday for more adventures from Amethil. Thank you guys. Have a great night.
Hey,
Bye.
everybody.
Good night.
Oh, nice.
Night.